What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Arneezy's DNF Duel bracket, brought to you by Morton Salt, the best salt to go with those 90% damage touch death combos. My name is Seph, and I'm really happy to be here with my boy Dostrow. Dostrow, are you excited for some DNF Duel action?
I'm always excited, man. It's always good to see these games, and we're about a month in, 4 weeks into the game, just being out, and things are developing, and I love to see the gears turning, the thoughts just becoming reality. There's so
Yeah.
much to see, and there's so much to love, and DNF is just proving to be a wild, wild game, man.
Yeah, exactly. As the month goes on and as time has gone on, we have definitely seen like the new seeds bring forth new challengers. We've definitely had like Enchantress kind of be determined to be like near the bottom of the rung, and now in the last few days people have been talking about this character's crazy. I remember when people were saying Inquisitor was the best character in the game, and now I'm the only one still saying that. So it's going to be really exciting to see how this meta devolves or evolves, I suppose I should say. But we've got kind of a stacked bracket up here so far. We've got rather not necessarily stacked, but we've got a lot of familiar names from coming across from a lot of different other games. We've got your boy White Wolf Zago coming in from Power Rangers fame. We've got Hoodless coming in from Street Fighter. We've also got Kaiba Sega Saturn also coming in from Street Fighter. Who are some other familiar names that you know up in here, Dasro?
That guy, another prominent, or at least former prominent Power Rangers Battle for the Grid player, very strong in many, many games, had some early success, not only in DNF Duel here lately, but also in Guilty Gear Strive. Saw them in some good placings in the TNS events as well.
Yeah.
Not only that, there's a bunch of names that I recognize from Arneezy likes to put on his Gogi Classic, the Fighting EX Layer tournament. There's a bunch of names showing up to support the homies out here. Some Fexel heads joining in, and it's great to see people supporting not only the games we love, but the people we love to play with.
Yeah, I mean, Arneezy's definitely got a lot of that pull from the Midwest Tournament Series, doing the online stuff. If you're here for the first time, give your boy Arneezy a follow, give him a sub, give him some money. He's been doing this for quite some time. I remember him starting the online series earlier back in the pandemic days, and he's been going strong for it for a while. And, regular, respectable tournament runner, one of my homies. I really appreciate him being around, and I hope that he continues to put on some great events for Fexel, one of the games that I was really hyped up for when that was pretty active, and for this. So another one of those titles that I'm just really, really happy about. So it's going to be a really exciting day. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to see a lot of these fighters coming in. We're going to see some fighting. We're going to see some dueling. Up first on stream, it looks like we've got Deku versus Cooked. And in terms of how that matchup goes, I don't know. I guess we're going to see. That's Deku plays Inquisitor. As for Cooked, I'm Cooked. I don't really know, have any data about that. But have you seen Deku fight before? Have you seen him online before?
I don't believe I've seen either of these players show up, so I'm curious to see how they explore things. As you mentioned, you said Deku playing Inquisitor. Inquisitor's a character that I'm absolutely fascinated about. There's so many interesting parts about that character, and she seems like a bit of a sleeper. Like, I know a lot of players have been really up and up on a lot of characters, but
Yeah.
Inquisitor definitely has some sauce, and her buttons, they feel like they hurt. They look, feel, and sound extra beefy.
Yeah, the thing about Inquisitor is, while I understand that most Inquisitor players will talk about how slow those buttons are, her fastest button kind of comes out at 10 frames, I would want to say, which can feel relatively slow when you're standing in neutral, or one of her best buttons to be able to use in neutral is relatively slow, and I can understand that. She's a character that kind of has to slow things down. You kind of have to understand the pace of your opponents and really be, ready and aware of how your opponent's going to approach you and be ready to interrupt those kinds of things, ahead of time. And I can understand that's a relatively frustrating play style to have to play extremely slow and play kind of reactionary, but a character that does the exact same thing but probably much more slow, Vanguard on the opposite side of the screen. Both of these characters, kind of relatively slow normals but massive reward. Obviously Inquisitor kind of having to deal with about half as much range, but we're going to see how both of them play out in this first match of the day.
Yep. Inquisitor does have some very strong tools in order to sort of lock down and create a sort of neutral skip. We already saw the bottle, but we're getting the wheel. Oh, pushing
Ooh.
Cooked into the corner, using the opportunity to catch some sort of defensive option. The 5B catches the startup of the big wheel.
Yeah, good interruption coming out from Cooked, and now Cooked is once again on the back foot. The damage is going to come out from Deku, and we're going to see a setup here. Tries to keep that corner, but out of mana, and now Cooked has a lot of mana to work with to retaliate.
Yeah, I saw that setup on Twitter a few days ago, setting up the wheel, getting that hit stun deterioration up high. You set up a bit of a guard button check, and you can safe jump some guard cancels as well with that. But right now, Deku getting in, hitting that jump magic skill, and nice safe jump in. Cooked, stuck in the corner, pokes out again against that 6S.
I really enjoy how Cooked is willing to take those risks and press those buttons to get out of this pressure that he does not believe in. And now we're going to see a lot of damage come out on the board into the super. This isn't going to kill. It's actually not even going to hit. And the whiff punish is going to kill him instead. Cooked just got smoked.
No grills, but we still got them hot chips on the fire. We get the Molotov in, coming in with this wheel again. We're gonna get the setup. Ooh, nice guard button check.
Yeah, guard button check kind of coming out. It also can kind of come in with the low if he delays it. Able to be fuzzy guarded, or not necessarily fuzzy guarded, but you know, if you're pretty on point with your blocks, you can take care of that. But he's taking a pretty decent amount of guard damage right now. Cooked, standing in the corner, now has to take that throw.
Oh, just get the low check. Cooked not ready for it. Deku just looking like they're heading towards plus ultra. Gets the bottle on them, but misses the JM connection. Oh, and the delayed drill from Cook, getting rid of that yellow life bar.
Yeah, Cooked having to play most of this match in the corner, and unfortunately having to get really oppressed from a range that you would think that he plays relatively comfortably at. But Cooked gonna have to... You're going to want to see a little bit more action, you know, as he would try to press out of those block strings confidently. He wasn't able to seize all that much coming out of it, so hopefully we can see him steal away some of these holes in the pressure and run away with the momentum.
Oh, brave button press at the round start, using that 5A, maybe a little slow, but boy does it go far, and that empty low setup, all this visual noise, really distracting, me especially. I had no idea what was going on there.
Yeah, that's alright. That's kind of what the wheel is out there for. It's to kind of create a mentally ambiguous situation, and now we're in for another one. Oh, the wheel doesn't end up comboing, and he's staying patient, letting it run out.
Oh, tries to counter poke, gets counter hit for their troubles, and Deku sliding in with a perfect KO to seal the round. Cooked is just not looking too hot at the moment.
Not at the moment, and unfortunate whiff there, but now he's trying to take advantage, be a little bit more mobile, but getting caught for his troubles now. This is going to be a decent amount of damage, and another pretty meaty setup here, and he's just on the back foot consistently, not able to make use of this mana.
Oh, these safe jumps are looking so clean from Deku here. Cooked is completely on the back foot, doesn't look like they have any bearing on what's going on, but the 5S just completely out of range. 5B to clean it up and return to center stage. Cooked is getting some momentum, gets counter hit JS.
Yeah, that counter hit JS is a crime of a button. That is swift justice coming out from Deku onto Cooked. And that's going to be a very quick 2-0. It was a pretty compromising situation that Cooked constantly found himself in, and I understand that, you know, while you're able to have the confidence to take out those checks and be able to put those buttons out to interrupt the wheel, wanting to seize the advantage that you have afterwards when he would return to the mid-screen is not always the best, considering how well Inquisitor can play that neutral and approach.
Yeah, it was a little bit... I was a little bit curious what was going through Cooked's head, because they're very conservative on defense, and I don't mind holding down back for as long as it works. But they got there's a lot that happens when you're on defense in this game. You really have to manage what's going on, because that guard bar got mighty low. It didn't break ultimately, but there's a lot to do even on defense when you're looking out for what the opponent is going for, and Cook did make a few very strong decisions poking out of the wheel setups with a 5A or a 5B. Some really great buttons that Vanguard has, but all in all, it didn't really seem to register when the opportunities to escape the pressure were.
Yeah, and it's a relatively scary situation when she has like flame wheel in your face and she's kind of walking back and forth. That's not a moment where you want to guard cancel, considering that she's really trying to, scope out that bait or scope that out and be able to punish you for it or get you caught by the wheel and be able to capitalize even more. There are a lot of situations where like you'd get caught in the wheel, you hope that she jumps, and then maybe that's like a guaranteed guard cancel. But I can understand where Cooked was a little bit more reserved, trying to be a little bit more patient, but patient to a fault, and ended up getting him opened up in a lot of ultimately bad ways. Returning into the mid screen, you would think, or rather, he was probably thinking like, "Oh, I'm going to try to let this character kind of like whiff something in my face or take a really risky approach." But Deku was not really in a position where he could try to like confidently swing something. I can understand like Cook may have been fishing for that like really far range JS or trying to like call out anti-air with the DP or anything like that. It was a really rough situation once he returned to neutral, and Deku, holding forward, hit him with the JS, tried to catch him with the Molotovs, which is essentially, as you pointed out in the beginning, the neutral skip options. And Cooked just was not ready, as Vanguard doesn't really have a lot of neutral skip opportunities.
Yeah, the toolkit that Vanguard is really designed around sort of emphasizes a neutral control, I feel, with those huge buttons. 5B, a fantastic anti-air, 5A, a fantastic poke, and just all of those S options, just really great at moving in and out when you can find the opportunity to. Just so happens that it didn't seem like Cook was ready for the approach options that Deku had.
Yeah, and oftentimes that's, where Inquisitor will catch you by surprise when she has, the Molotov to be able to let her close that gap, and then she initiates that block string pressure. We mentioned before the set began how kind of slow her buttons were, but there are a lot of things that allow her to kind of like really control that neutral. As you pointed out, control neutral is probably a much better term for what Inquisitor is able to accomplish. She can throw out that Molotov, she can throw out holy water, she can even throw out kind of like relatively full screen wheel, and then try to just like put obstacles out behind that. And it kind of works out a little bit well in her favor because she gets to close that gap, she gets to continue that pressure, she gets to create frame traps that don't last very long, but last long enough to, and are ambiguous enough in the holes where it can really frustrate you on defense. And as a character with very little defensive options, such as Vanguard, which were still pretty utilized really well by Cook there, I can understand that being on defense was relatively rough.
Another factor that we didn't see come into play is Vanguard's reversal, their 2M, their DP, and their guard cancel. They have very strange and hitboxes that, when you're really prepared for them, that you can just easily play around, because they're both the sort of up forward angled hitboxes, and there's a huge dead zone. For sure on the DP, and a little bit less so on the guard cancel. So with the awareness that even Deku had, there was for sure an opportunity where they set out the wheel that I recognized, I believe in the second game, where they just had the wheel out, just moving in and out, just shimmying, trying to bait out some sort of option that you can be relatively safe against those and just wait it out and try and find the gaps and find the pressing of opportunities from the defender.
Yeah, exactly. It's really unfortunate that Lone Strike, the 2M, Vanguard's 2M, as you pointed out, it goes an up forward angle and it whiffs against enemies that not only are directly above him, but are on the ground crouching in front of him. So it's a very strange, like you pointed out, it's a very strange hitbox that you need to be very careful and deliberate about putting out there. And Deku was just not placing himself in that position, especially during active or inactive pressure. So there weren't a lot of anti-air opportunities that were going to be able to come out. I think that what Cooked could have done was, a little bit more guard canceling, trying to take those roll opportunities instead of trying to interrupt, or, taking some rolls out against like larger buttons that she was throwing out, like 5S in his face, just to be able to like re-seize opportunity and, get some momentum going for himself. But unfortunately, that's lessons that you got to take over into the next time. And, as you play that character, especially with Vanguard being, not really well received, or maybe not necessarily like amongst the top of the rung, right? And Inquisitor are kind of the same, you're going to have to do a little bit more study work, and that character's not going to carry you very far. I think that this is a game that has like some characters can kind of like propel you into success and kind of take you as far as, relatively farther than other characters will, just like any fighting game would, right? You have Swift Master that can kind of push you up to the top. You have Crusader who can kind of push you up to the top, Hitman, but Vanguard and Inquisitor, not all that much there for that. You have to do some homework.
Especially early on, we're sort of in a stage where we don't have to learn matchups as in depth just yet. We're still learning them all together. In fact, we're just a month in, but I feel the characters that are very strong right now in this game are the characters that have a much easier time sort of enforcing their game plan. Like there's always this one tool or one or two tools that really allows a character to sort of enforce their pressure, enforce their ideal range, and move into just what we want to get at. And we're seeing at least one character who has a decent amount of options to really play at their game plan in, at least in my opinion, in Ranger.
Yeah, I think that Ranger is a very high reward offensive character, and you are kind of at the mercy of his kind of game, in that he's able to put constant hitboxes out and control the space that you need to play. A little bit weak to rolls, but not so punishing where Rabib on Troubleshooter can't do anything about, who kind of has similar weaknesses. These are very similar kinds of characters where they can put out immediate hitboxes, control the space exceptionally well, but Ranger, a little bit more intimidating on that guard crush meter.
Yeah, and Virgil's doing a really great job of controlling the space. We still have the grenade out, Rabib not ready for it, getting hit by the 5M to just send them full screen now. Rolls in! Oh, but Virgil was ready.
Yeah, unfortunately gets thrown for trouble. Nice neutral jump coming out from Rabib. Rabib seemingly, you're showing his familiarity in this matchup. Trying to position himself just out. First conversion of the day coming out, which is a mechanic that I love to see properly used, just to be able to keep that pressure going and keep those holes in. Oh, he tried to DP. That must have been a misinput.
I have to expect they were trying to get the 236M and got stuck in the downward motions, because the explosions from Troubleshooter do a really good job of clearing out a lot of Ranger's options, being the gun helicopter, the Death Hawk, and the grenade. So it's really good awareness if that's what Rabib's going for, and they have shown it already before even. Oh, good punish on the jackpot.
Okay, nice. This is going to be pretty big reward here. OTG, one of the wonderful things about Troubleshooter is he's able to convert from many different ranges and be able to create advantage for himself after like most of his combos. Puts out that net, takes that alcohol, and he's able to keep that pressure going. But the throw coming out from Virgil, locking him down, bases the DP, and he's at a little bit lower life. Rolls past the Deathhawk, and this should be dead. Dostrow.
What a brave roll. That was a mind read. That was too early in the animation to have been a reaction. If it was a reaction, god damn, Rob.
Yeah, if it was a reaction, somebody check his internet. This man's on the fiber that puts him in the future. Nice, keeping that pressure from the full screen. The conversion. I'm seeing a lot of tricks come out from conversions, so that way they just refill their mana so that we can have some defensive options afterwards. But Virgil still sitting at full life. Rabib kind of dangerously low. One more really good hit from Virgil can kind of spell the end of this, and that might be the one. No, drops a 2A.
Oh, gets the anti-air 5M to clean it up with a perfect KO. Virgil just controlling that round with such confidence.
Yeah, putting out those bullets, the zoning, proper zoning with the 5A, the 5B2B, try to keep those obstacles out on screen to really just keep Rabib at bay. But even once Rabib gets close, buttoning out into the Deathhawk, keeping those block strings ambiguous, and then the really Ranger DPs are something else, I tell you, man.
It's bigger than it looks, man. It's bigger than it looks.
It's their only defensive option. I understand the will to have to throw it out. Nice roll past the 5A, and there it is. We probably got something started here. First throw up at the day. Oh no, Virgil. Now the lockdown begins.
Oh, run up, roll through, retaking the corner, but Virgil just poking out these slow, methodical movements. Going to allow Virgil to push forward when they have the opportunity. Not an awakening yet, so they don't get the full conversion naturally. They missed it off of the conversion, though.
One thing that Robin... Oh, he ran forward into that grenade, and he actually died for it. Robin, I was just going to say, you need to not respect that grenade all that much. And just as I said it, he did, you know, the wrong thing, which is just get hit by it. Not exactly what you need to be doing. Deathhawk in the corner, looking scary, Dostrow.
I swear, the grenade detonates so much slower than I always expect it to. Good poke out with a 5B, but doesn't connect the breakdance. We're getting a quick poke in. Robib is going to establish the net. Oh, picked up. Look at this corner carry. Oh, they trapped. They dropped the detonation off the trap.
Oh, the G-bomb's coming out now. The noob tubes are out, man. Okay.
Oh, I like the use of the sawed-off there to control the screen, but right now, that Deathhawk getting the detonation, run up throw.
Oh, the conversion! But he was too far for the 5M to pick up.
Oh, caught by the 5AA. They're tall enough.
The Deathhawk, the DP comes out. Oh wow, the G-bomb just into conversion. I really like it. Now throws the. Oh no! Look,
what a spectacular check.
I like the idea of just throwing out the TK oppression, but you know what? It seems like Virgil was super ready for that. Checked it with the 2A, like you said. And man, it just felt, it feels bad that, you know, they are similar kinds of characters. I feel like Troubleshooter can kind of eke out in that matchup. But it just, unfortunately, it seems like not able to continue to keep that corner whenever he got him in the corner. Anytime that he had Virgil in the corner, there were a lot of times where he would run up, try to keep pressure, and then Virgil would just end up just getting that throw and, you know, causing mayhem of his own.
I feel like we only really saw like 1 or 2 reversals from Virgil, and I think Robib was just trying so hard to bait it out that Virgil just held down back for a moment, recognized that the bait was coming, and just did reversal throw. Robib just getting a little bit too close for comfort, and Virgil just eking out that slight advantage, turning into round and game wins ultimately in the end. Just a little bit too hesitant from Robib, but I feel like it's something that we have to be wary of in a game like DNF Duel. And I'm very familiar with it myself in a different game, BB Tag. It's the one-button reversal, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
You Grand Blue heads will know similarly, but the one-button reversal is scary.
Yeah. Yeah, most people's best friends. Well, I mean, like in BB Tag, that one-button reversal can really be your death, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the ability to convert from that one-button reversal, like most characters just actually just explode. So if you're, you know what? I think that's like, if you're a DNF Duel player and you're a BB Tag player, you're probably used to just the volatility, that chaos, and how one touch can turn into something absolutely disastrous. You might just be used to that. That's true.
It's the versus game mindset, and the lovely folks at Aiding are no strangers to the volatility, as you put it, being developers for both Tatsunoko vs. Capcom and Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which are both very high-paced games, very, very, very quick, and a lot can go wrong in a very small span of time.
Yeah, and I mean, like Aiding has developed, you know, like you said, they did do the Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, they did do Marvel, and like other fighting games that they've done, been able to like kind of keep things relatively balanced. If I'm not mistaken, that they did Tekken 5 DR, so it's like they kind of know how to make things like as fun and as chaotic as possible, but also to make sure that, like, you know, every character is just exceptionally strong. And I know that DNF is one of those games where it's just like people are going to get hit and people are going to explode and get one touch of death, and it's just one of those things that you got to do. But I think that one interesting thing that I was actually having a conversation about this, if you guys know Goose Bandit, Goosey's one of our really good friends out here in the local. We were talking about the differences between American play and its translation of like how to play fighting games versus Japan's, and how the ways that they use the lab and the things that they learn first. And it turns out like Americans or North American players, or a lot of players outside of Japan study combos first. They study how to make one hit be the most meaningful hit and how to maximize and optimize that damage. Whereas Japanese players, they study like situations first. They study neutral first. They study how to like create those interactions like that happen in the neutral and ensure that they come out on top. And I don't know about you, Dostro, but there hasn't been a lot of like Japanese DNF duel study to be brought over to the North American region.
Well, as tournaments start heating up, I'd love to see the clash between the assortment of scenes, both in EMEA, Asia, and North America. It's going to be extremely just high octane and a lot of really huge clashing heads. But now we have the clashing heads of Blade and No Mercy J here. Striker versus Hitman.
Yeah, you want to talk about high octane. This is the matchup for that for sure.
And this is... They're both characters that really like to control, but go about it in two very different ways, I feel. Right now, Striker is in Awakening now, getting poked out. It's going to be one touch for huge damage, but the counter hit on the boomerang there.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Mercy J. Trying to probably close that gap. Striker, exceptionally active character. Oh no, that closed that shoulder tackle straight through, exactly. And now he's got him in the corner. One punch, meaty dive kick, ends up on the other side, and he was probably not utilizing that guard button. Nice setup there. And just to keep it in, oh, Dostro, this is
look at this combo. Look at this. Now I feel like I've seen some Striker players online say that they really like this matchup, the likes of Scrot Vermilion and such. But I don't know, No Mercy J has got to gonna be getting hit, and Blaze here in the Awakening, it's just huge opportunities to be made. Huge swings, what a roll through!
That was such a brave roll through and was able to capitalize too. I love that he recognized the hole in the pressure. I love that he challenged any hitbox that he was willing to put out. And came out on top. One round apiece now between both Blaze and No Mercy J.
The single overhead check on that JS using the dive kick, rebeat cancels. Now we're just getting into this huge pressure. Good poke out, Blaze finding the right opportunity. No Mercy J being really conservative on these block strings.
Yeah, this is going to be really dangerous for No Mercy J now because even though Blaze is outside of Awakening, those Hitman buttons are still really scary. Yeah, 2S. Oh no, caught with the hit. And he doesn't have the mana probably to be able to finish this, but...
Just going for the safe jump. Oh, they OS'd a little bit too hard there. They gave Jay an opportunity here.
Really scary. The right hit for No Mercy J could be death. I've seen death happen for... Oh! Oh my god.
What a game!
Oh my god. He was mashing on hit! And bro, you know what? I sympathize.
He's mashing on Hitman here. Come on, man. This is the mash character. You gotta keep your opponents honest on offense, man. You gotta give them the opportunities. You gotta show them that you are not to be messed with.
It's true. I love that Hitman is like type of character to make sure your opponents stay honest while he gets to remain doing whatever he wants to do. Nice, finds that brutal hit, and it's going to be a ton of damage. Oh god, the overhead.
Empty jump into the instant overhead JA. What a button. This machine gun is just so strong.
Yeah, the Uzi is something else, man. I mean, it's just like, it's a large button to have to deal with. It's exceptionally fast, even it as a jump-in button. Oh, but man, doesn't matter now as long as No Mercy J's got this combo going in. It's gonna be a ton of damage. What's the setup here? Goes for the dive kick on the other side, but the DP comes out from Blaze, and now he's got a combo of his own. This is going to be pretty huge. Striker with a really low health pool, but ends up resetting out, and now Blaze just keeping that damage. Oh man, he found the hit.
Found the hit, but we don't have these strong combo strings from the Awakening. We poked out with a 2AA. Jay's been super conservative, I feel, on these block strings, so now we get to see what they want to go through. Oh, now that there's 100 mana on Blaze's side, what are they going for?
Yeah, did you see how he took all of that in Grey Life? Blaze ends up surviving that onslaught and winning this set 2-0, but no Mercy J showed just enough mercy for him to make it out alive. Blaze, congrats for surviving that.
It was really great awareness from Blaze on defense there. I feel, as I was sort of bringing it up towards the end of it, when the guard bar was being super pressured, and just before that, whenever No Mercy J got the approach in, they got the offense started, they were super conservative on their block strings. They would always do like the 6S into 5A rebeat, or the 2B into 5A rebeat pressure, just doing a few pokes on block into hold back, trying to keep Blaze on the defense, trying to keep them guessing every single time, but they seem to have gotten a little predictable in the end there. Not just that last interaction, it was right before that, the first game, there was a point at the end where Blaze poked out a few times, a 5A here, a 2S there, and even just DPing at some very keen opportunities. And they were seemingly a little tunnel visioned at the end. No Mercy J saw that, oh, they're below 100 mana, I can start pressuring their guard bar, and it got really close to the break. They did so much damage, so much block damage, and just right after they had maybe 120 mana, just Blaze getting that guard cancel when it mattered most. And I guess the awareness just wasn't there from No Mercy J on offense to really catch it and return to that conservative block string pressure.
Yeah, I can understand how when you're initiating that block string pressure, you kind of want to like shake things up and make it so that like you aren't predictable, right? But in the process of doing so, you kind of end up being more predictable, right? You change your option to like the one other option that you have beyond that, and you know your routes kind of look the same, and it's understandable how the way that he wanted to like keep that pressure as from No Mercy J, the way that he wanted to like continue block string pressure, he's going to fish for that guard bar. He's going to like, you know, continue to reverse beat into, you know, seemingly infinite block strings, but that patience that came out from Hitman from Blaze, I'm sorry, thank you so much, from Blaze, to be able to like, you know, understand where those holes might be coming from, and then be able to like, you know, as you said, poke out with the 2A or the 5A or the 2S in the right times, or even the DP, you know, willing to take that risk. You know, it was good patience from him. But we're gonna have to see some patience coming out from one of these two players right now, because both of these guys are exceptionally good at just continuing to pressure from full screen. That guy on the Swiftmaster versus Vagabond on Crusader. We saw the Mach Punch coming out immediately. Here we go with the loops.
Oh, hit him. Gonna be able to set up the safe jump. Moving into that pressure, Vagabond stuck in the corner, rolls out on Wake Up off of the Repukins here. Now we set up the Spiral Sword, and we have to play neutral game, but we roll through the big hammer.
Yeah, I was confident. I like that. Now he's caught him in the air. There's going to be one big juggle, but the Awakening has been popped by Vagabond, and
okay. That's mental damage right there.
That is 100% mental damage. That DP, it's not instant, but it's enough to want to like spend that on defense against the Swiftmaster, and Swiftmaster, or that guy, just being exceptionally ready. And here we go, the headwind loops.
In the tornado, we have these Mach Punch for the knockdown. Unfortunately missed it, and we lost the corner for our troubles. Jumping out, but we got the roll-in throw. That guy retaking the pressure in the corner.
Okay, nice. Trying to take his turn back, but Axel sets him up in the corner, and that could have been disastrous for him, as now that guy's just in a space where he wants to press buttons, but now he's getting hit. Nice throw tech. Oh, nice. 2A hit confirmed. Now he has him in the actual corner. No, but he was too close. He couldn't get the pickup. Sacred Upper ended up whiffing.
Oh, this is huge for that guy. We can clean it up into a super. Got to be careful of the Awakening skill.
Yeah, he's dead. He's definitely dead here.
Got a little high? Oh, just barely, I feel. Right after the Apex, off of that Spiral Sword's OTG follow-up. I swear, I'm doing the combo trials, I messed that up every single time.
Yeah, this character is, admittedly, despite being probably objectively the best character in the game right now, this is not an easy character to play. If you can do all that execution for the, for the Wind Blaster loops, you kind of earned it.
Oh, goes for the round start, big punch again. Oh, pokes out. Okay, retake the initiative. That guy pushing Vagabond to the corner. Oh, but we sent him with the justice.
Okay, here we go once again with the Wind Blaster loops. We're gonna create what's the open semi situation. At this point, it's more or less just like what it is. The Storm Strike whiffs. They caught him with the air-to-air.
I swear, Vagabond has been just moving in and out, trying to get these jumps. That guy just snaking it out when it matters most. A few opportunities, Vagabond just took some neutral space with the Justice, the JM, and that guy sniped it out.
Yeah, the throw somehow didn't kill. The swords, the Sacred Swords just run right up. Oh! Very faded, and you want to talk about mental damage. If his DP didn't work and he thought, alright, I'm going to parry this shit, and it just absolutely gets baited, what are you to do, Dostrow? This man is in your head.
Oh, pushing in, had the minus frames off the double Reppuken hits. That guy right back to the corner. I swear Vagabond just lives here now. Oh, A.
Nice.
One more.
I love this. Ambiguous overhead situation, but another guard cancel coming out from Vagabond. Caught hit with the first hit of the Reppuken. The throw. It's looking scary. I don't know if Vagabond's going to be able to make his way out of this corner. Yeah, you got to take those, right?
Can't anymore. Oh, good awareness. Pokes out with that 2A. Fantastic button.
Remedios is popped now. This is going to be a lot of post-frame pressure. Oh, yeah, you cannot push it. Unfortunate, that guy with the 2-0.
On that? What was that guy just in a dead zone from the Remedios 2B?
I think he was recovering from being floated out because he didn't press a button coming down from the air tech. So you you're invincible essentially. If you air tech in this game and you press nothing, you will reach the ground with full invincibility frames. But if you press a button, that's when you have, a hurt box once again. So because Vagabond decided to swing into those things while that guy ended up just sitting in, being patient and letting him take all the invincibility frames all the way to the ground, to the bank, and ended up just whiffing completely, and that guy able to do the back throw for the win.
There's so much that can go on in this game so fast, and I think really can point towards, as you were mentioning earlier, sort of that situational study that I think will benefit a lot in this game, because there's a lot that can go on and so much in the sort of micro interactions. There's a lot of small bits and differences that can just really turn the tides if you pay attention and swing in your favor. And it turned out that guy was just in the plus right there in that that final interaction.
Yeah, unfortunate for Vagabond to have to go out like that. And yeah, like you said, he just essentially lived in the corner. There were so many moments where he was brought there exceptionally fast. One touch from Swiftmaster will just, take you all the way to the corner and into an ambiguous mix-up. And that's just the nature of that matchup. It's not very easy for you to be able to kind of, position around or defend yourself out of, except specifically for Crusader, who is a character that's not exceptionally mobile. He does have large hitboxes, but they are exceptionally slow. You kind of have to sit tight, be patient about certain things, and let them come together, or let them come to you, or hope to God that they're willing to, sit at full screen and take most of your pressure up until they end up getting hit with a deflection wall, and then it turns into massive damage for you. But Swiftmaster is not a character that wants to sit still, constantly being able to approach, constantly with the 5B, it's an exceptionally fast button, the 2B as well. There's not a lot on defense that you can do to keep Swiftmaster away from you or keep him out. It's more or less just where is this character going to do something unsafe, or where is he going to whiff something in my face, which is really the only time, and doesn't happen very often, especially with how crisp that guy was playing that round.
It's just a testament to the strength of Swiftmaster. I feel like the only time you're truly safe from Swiftmaster is when you are full screen from Swiftmaster. They've got fantastic buttons. You mentioned the 5B. The mobility is amazing. Not to mention the turnaround punch, the mock punch, as you and I both have been calling it lately. It super strong, comes out super quick. +3 on block, gets a full conversion on hit. There's only just basically one dead zone, and that's when you're full screen, or I guess right above it. But only essentially when you're full screen. That's the only place that I myself feel safe from Swiftmaster. It's such an imposing presence, no matter where you are on screen. And
Yeah.
even if you're full screen, they just have so many tools to set up and close the distance. Just behind the fantastic tools and the fantastic movement speed.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially once Awakening pops, where that movement speed is even greater.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, and it's even harder to deal with. Yeah, it's like full screen is really the only place that you're safe, hoping that that Swift Strike or that Mock Punch that we've been calling it isn't charged. Because yeah, what +3 on block, but full screen, like what does it even matter? +3 at full screen, it just leaves him more room to be able to run up to you, and it's way more intimidating. So hopefully in this set, we're gonna see a Crusader be able to survive a little bit harder in a matchup against Hitman as we move on into Blaze versus Cham.
Cham, a player we haven't yet seen on stream, but we have just seen another Crusader player. So we'll see how we bring the Lord and speak the praises thereof. But we're just getting picked up for our troubles, rolls through that 5S, that huge hammer for huge damage and momentum here for Blaze.
Yeah, this is going to be real dangerous. The forward throw coming out, and now that 2A ends up going to be able to capitalize really heavily off of that.
Oh no, not again! Not again!
I know, I was going to say the same thing. It's just a repeat of the last one. He's living in the corner, the DPs are baited, the mind games are set. Oh, he tried to go for an instant overhead there because he wasn't able to convert from that first overhead, or first cross-up, but you know what? Blaze taking first blood in this set.
Over in the blink of an eye. Cham starting out with a similar round start using that Kara Justice.
The oldest trick in the book. You try to button into Remedios, but Blaze doing the basic defense technique. You just roll forward, you throw the Remedios, and now he's got him in the corner with some massive damage up on deck. Nice weight on that roll reaction, and now he isn't going to be able to kill, but the next hit for sure. Oh no.
And Cham truly praying out here, trying to press on Blaze's plus frames.
Remedios pops and the lightning loops don't come. Oh, he read that roll. He was really ready for it. Nice micro walk up from him. He's not letting him play.
Oh, okay, exhaustion. Oh, so close to getting punished completely for that. Just a little bit of time on the wake up. Picked up. Oh, so close.
The spear comes out. Oh, wow. That's so exceptionally fast. I love the pressure that that Cham was able to like keep on screen. I love him trying to take his time and not try to, you know, loop the lightning and loop all that button pressure. He stayed surprised, or he stayed patient, but ended up getting 2S for his troubles, which is really unfortunate.
It's so easy to sort of get focus on just mashing 2B when you're in the power-up. But Cham's just being a little bit more measured on the offense, but Blaze just super powerful, just in their head with all of these options here. OTG off the 4S.
Yeah, he's got him in the corner once again. The guard cancel coming out. Gonna throw out the hammer, put out those hitboxes, and this is going to be some pretty big advantage, I guess. Okay, Flash Sphere ends up just getting punished. DP.
Oh, just raw 6M, just getting those plus frames. Right now we're getting so close to the red guard meter, but the 2A to catch the roll forward. Cham just lost on defense here. Blaze is presenting the options so well and mixing them up in such a way that Cham seems to have no idea on what to do, but here we go.
Okay, Flash Sphere to help him close that gap. He's got to be careful of the exhaustion, and there it is, the punish coming out from Blaze.
Oh, that 5A huge, catching the jump up from Cham, gets the reversal finally to connect. And now we're back to the neutral game here.
Okay, I like this. The spear coming out, but oh wow, actual punish from full screen basically. Oh no, the conversion was dropped, but any
one
touch
hit
can do it.
Oh, okay. Respect.
I like it, right? Conversion into a JA. Keep it simple.
Just weren't expecting the double overhead sometimes. Good recognition of resources, using that white life to their advantage. Cham's up on the board here, at least in rounds.
Okay.
Trying to check the roll. Oh, they missed the grab. They were just a little bit too late and a little bit too close at the same time. Oh.
He tried to hit confirm after the 5B, but nothing came out, and there it is, the punish.
Oh, this is huge. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah, Hitman able to gap close so well. Nice blocks coming out from him. He tried to go for the low mix-up off the safe jump there, but now Remedios is popped. Run up back throw, and he's got a real corner to work with now, but he's got to be scary. He's got to really work out. Oh, nice! The Strike of Repentance comes out to keep that distance going.
Oh, it connected, so they still got the Shattering Strike there. Running up for the throw. Cham has the initiative using that Kara Spear.
Yeah, I love the Kara Spear into Strike of Repentance. Oh! The hit! He's dead! Are you kidding me? What was he doing from
My brother in Christ? You can't press buttons like that against Hitman!
It's so unfortunate to feel like you just get the moment you, like, when you see the crumple status, like, your soul leaves your body, you know? It's just, you give up hope, essentially. You know what's coming, and you know the danger of this. Oh, man, good stuff to Blaze.
I swear, when you get hit by the reversal Shattering Strike, like, not even getting hit by the actual magic skill, when you get hit by just the follow-up, I swear, I feel in my bones, it's the same sort of visceral experience as the mortal counter, the heavy counter hits in Guilty Gear Strive, just that time slows down, huge text across the screen, and it's just so demoralizing to get hit by it.
The base boosts, Walter White falls to the ground as his hands are tucked behind his back. Like, you just feel the world just fall apart when you get hit by that. And that's what sucks, is because, like, you know that there is a follow-up, but you're also like, is he gonna do it? Because you see the DP and you're just like, okay. Or you see the magic skill come out and you're just like, okay, I can totally, like, do something to punish that, right? And Hitman Awakening passive just says, not today. And you know what? Good stuff to Blaze. To move it on to the winner semifinal, poised to fight against Sleazy. We're going to have a little bit before we reach that, because we've got a little something for y'all to pop your heads into. If you haven't already, we got a Matcherino link for the day. Please hit that exclamation point Matcherino up in the chat to take a look at that Matcherino pot. We're sitting at $4 flat right now, which is relatively low considering the action that we've been seeing today is worth millions, okay? Not literally millions, but you know what? Whatever you guys can. There's a free code there. You can duck it to 50 cents. And if I'm doing the math right, what? That's like 8 people. There's 31, 8 people only have used that Matcherino code to bring it up to $4 when there's 32 of you guys in the chat. I'm calling out all of you inactive people in the chat, which I know you're not really supposed to do if you're a streamer. All you inactive people in the chat, please at least visit that Matcherino link. You don't even have to type it in. You see it in the chat. Get over there. Do those quests. You love doing quests. You love clicking on free stuff. You love free money. It's free money. Who doesn't love doing their part, giving things away for free? No consequence to you. All you got to do is sit here, click that link, and then continue to watch the action.
Not only that, supporting the Matcherino now even supports Matcherinos in the future, allowing our good friend Arneezy to hold more tournaments with those free opportunities in our very own pockets. So just head on over to that link, exclamation Matcherino in the chat. Sign into any of your social media accounts to link towards claim that code, and give our lovely friends here a little bit of extra cash for their time and our entertainment.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. We're in here. We've reached top 8 territory. So now the action only gets higher and higher. So we're going to see how Virgil versus that guy kind of poises up. Virgil on the, oh man, we just watched it.
Virgil playing the Ranger.
That's what it is.
We saw Virgil versus Rob in our round 2 match.
Yep,
The
and that
Ranger
guy.
versus Troubleshooter match.
Yes, and then that guy going to be on the Swiftmaster. That's going to be a pretty fast game because we're talking about how to keep Swiftmaster away, and I think that that's one of the things that you can do. Now, the contest to that, right, is the Storm Strike going to come out to contest any sort of the zoning tools that Virgil's going to be able to pop out? Is the Mach Punch going to intercept and pass through any of the bullets, right? Can you shoot at a tornado to make it stop? We're going to find out in this next set. But projecting how the matchup goes, what are your thoughts about it, Dostrow? How do you think that Swiftmaster poses against Ranger in your, in your 1 month, commentator perspective? What do you think?
I have a bit of experience with Ranger. I've played a bit of Ranger, probably close to 100 games at the very least. And Ranger, in my experience, maybe I just suck, but Ranger I feel is not very strong against Swiftmaster. You mentioned the Mach Punch, a very strong tool in it. But one thing we didn't really get to see that much in our sighting of that guy versus Vagabond was the 4M, the Gucci belt, those tornadoes. That's a very strong anti-projectile tool, and a lot of Ranger's really, really great tools are just projectiles. The 5B, all of those gunshots, the 5M, the jumping normals. They do have the 2S and the 5S, also very strong, but Ranger, a very good character trying to keep the opponent out, but when the opponent has just such a strong tool to get in so quickly, it really puts Ranger on the back foot. Now, you did point out that Ranger has a fantastic DP, but there are a lot of really strong setups that can get around the DP, the reversal. There's a lot of really great safe jumps, and something that I feel has been sort of a centralizing strategy with a lot of characters has just been the strength of those safe jumps. And I think that Swiftmaster has some of the best throughout the entire cast.
Yeah, not just the Swiftmaster himself, but we've seen that guy utilize very ambiguous safe jump setups where he'll go into the air and he'll either come down with a button and he'll stay in there, he'll throw out the wind orb, and he'll either keep himself and provide multiple overheads at a time for you to have to manage, or he can just as easily go to the ground. There's exceptional mix-up opportunity that lies within Swiftmaster, and we've been seeing that guy really play to those strengths. So hopefully, hopefully Virgil doesn't bite too hard and he doesn't try to get impatient and he doesn't spend his time trying to DP out a lot of that pressure. But it's going to be tough. We're going to see how he does fare against this matchup going into it right now. We're in the top 8 winner semifinal. Here we go.
And we're not yet at finals yet, so we just only have at least 2 games to figure out the matchup. So we'll have to see what Virgil has to contest, and that guy seems to be a very strong proponent of the round start Storm Strike release there. That huge damage and conversion already doing 50+% there.
Yeah, as we pointed out right at the beginning, Storm Strike gonna come out. Oh no. Man, like you said, you're safest at full screen against this character, but are you really, Dostrow? As the Storm Strikes, both of them led to insanely good reward. The fear that we had going into this matchup, it might be disastrous. We'll see how Virgil responds to it.
I'm just getting wartime flashbacks here, man. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. I thought I was out.
You know what?
Double breakdance.
Nice breakdance, grenade Oki, and it was a really good situation that he was able to do.
I love it! I love it. That JM, the acid rain, just to get that throw bait.
Yeah, that was super sick. The Scud Genocide, TK, as you want to do. Okay, Death Hawks, and he flew out to Death Hawks. Virgil responding super dominantly in that round, making sure that that guy did not play that game. There was I think the momentum began once he actually had that guy with a 5B, which is not easy to do, but once he did that, it was kind of just full from there. The Sacred Sword's coming out, and now he's got to be in the corner. How's he going to get out of the situation, Dostrow?
Neutral? What neutral? That guy just running up with those spiral swords. We loved it in Marvel 3. We love it here in DNF. Right now, oh
my god!
Yo, I saw JB doing that yesterday, and I guess that guy is just on the study up too, and it looks so cheap.
Oh, it does look pretty cheap. Oh, the roll to bait out the 2A. Oh, baits the DP. This could be dead, Dostrow. 2 Deathhawks going into.
Oh no! Oh, they could have just supered. They could have just done it.
Okay. The Suppressor Barrage coming out. Suppressor Barrage to be able to close out that run. Virgil stayed alive even after he whiffed the mock kick. Oh, that was so scary. Good stuff.
Heart beating out the chest here. Oh, there it is.
Strike, full screen. Yep. Round start, Storm Strike to be able to beat the 5A. I guess it's not fast enough.
That was faster. That was I believe 5B. That was faster than the hip fire.
Yeah, that's insane.
Okay, the fastest.
No!
Oh, is that it? 2-touch game?
Did you see that?
Looks like a light starter though. Oh,
the Suppressive Barrage removed like most of the Sacred Swords, most of the Wind Swords. This is gonna be big damage.
Oh, they got the wrong hit of the breakdance follow-up. That up here.
Yeah, he ended up on the opposite side. Air Raid wasn't gonna be able to connect, but the Deathhawks keeping him locked down. Look at that!
Nice guard cancel, nerd. Got him.
Got him. Look at that guard meter too. That was gonna break whether you liked it or not.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that guy has a lot of familiarity with the break points on the Ranger block strings. So all those guard cancel attempts just for naught in the end.
Well, what's scary is that when Ranger has enough meter, there are no real points where you can kind of guard cancel out. It depends on your guard cancel, and I don't think that Swiftmaster has one that can actually escape that situation. Very few characters do. Now, brought him back into the mid-screen. This is going to be scary. The DP out to try to seize that momentum. Has him in the corner now. Oh, the Wind Orb is out.
Tried to lay the trap, but we know it. Virgil's got the know-how. Oh, the Repukins catch the counter hit, but no follow-up. Gets it the second time. That guy going to be able to take the round here. Oh,
is
I spoke too early.
Deathhawk's out, and this is the start of something disastrous. Look at that guard meter, but the guard cancel ended up coming out. Oh, is that DP? That was DP. Okay.
Just a little bit too close. The vacuum on that 2M taking Virgil up close, rolling through the 4S. What an opportunity. That guy just on their toes on defense here this time. When they don't have a lot of meter, there's a lot of gaps in the Ranger block strings, and that guy just finding one that matters.
Okay, the last Storm Strike did not connect, and the Deathhawk's coming out. Tried to bait the DP. You can tell he wanted to bait it.
And you go get your gun? Doesn't quite work it out.
Now he's not dead here, but this is going to be really scary for Virgil to make sure that he makes it out of this next mix-up alive.
Oh, we got one more?
I said he's not dead. I said he's not dead. Okay. The commentary blessing. You're welcome, Virgil. Can you make it out of this one alive?
Heartbreak!
Okay. This
you
is
have to get rid of this white life.
Oh my god. We have a set, ladies and gentlemen. The mock kick whiffed once again, and the Storm Strike coming out to close out the round for that guy. And now we are at 1-1. Our first 1-1 of the day, I want to say.
Yeah, I was about to ask, is this our... It looks like I think this is our first game 3 of the night.
Yeah.
Oh, they learned. Round start block. We're playing the fighting game.
Yeah, we're playing the fighting game now.
Oh. Counter hit. Virgil's pressing, I guess, after that 2S, that slide. Does have a decent amount of recovery, but there was no punish there from the heads-up display.
Okay. Oh no! This damage is going to be massive. He's going to try to go for another mix-up here to create the next touch of death for that guy, making sure Virgil does not make it out of this alive. Nice, stays in front. Virgil with the guard cancel, making it out. Oh, look, that guard passes right through.
That spiral sword. That spiral sword is just war flashbacks, PTSD from that. It's so powerful. It's possibly one of the strongest tools in the game. And
from backdashes to make sure that he whiffed with whatever approach he wanted to take out of that spiral sword, and now he's able to keep that pressure up. The grenade causing that damage. He could be dead. The mock kick lands, and there it is, the suppressive barrage, now putting him at set point. Dostrow, this set is sick.
I mean, on paper, this is definitely really difficult for Ranger, but Virgil's just making it work, finding out these tendencies from that guy to a T.
Yeah. This is definitely where Virgil seems comfortable, because no matter what amount of life he's at, he's been able to make it out alive. And there's an advantage. And there it is. The DP gets baited. Death Talks are going to rack up a ton of damage. Grenade conversion coming out. The windmill. Air raid. Windmill air raid again.
Double.
And there is the Scud Genocide. The TK Scud Genocide into the grenade.
Oh, okay. Calm down, Seph. Calm down.
I can't? How can I? Oh my god, suppressive barrage once again to close it out. Virgil doing it with hype, taking it 2-1 over that guy. What a set, Dostrow.
They knew that 5M, the $1 million. It's just one of the tools that Ranger has, one of the very few tools that can like actively contest the approach with the spiral swords on from Swiftmaster. It's able to get rid of, as we saw, the projectile durability from the special, and even just punish if they aren't moving correctly. What that guy just wasn't doing. They weren't rolling through at the opportunities that they had when it became time to use that 5M. That guy just held forward. They dashed forward. They didn't use the invulnerability and intangibility from the roll to eat up some of that time on the $1 million in order to get close and effectively punish it.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, what's interesting is that if you're in the right position to block suppressive barrage, to block Ranger's 5M, Swiftmaster can punish that very reliably. 5B is 9 frames, and it reaches all the way over there for you to create like the most optimal situation. But yeah, like you said, that guy for some reason was just kind of getting caught by it every single time, and I think it was just the impatience that he had wanting to do 5B maybe a little bit early, and maybe end up just trying to close the gap however we can. Ends up getting caught by it. But what I want to point out was the fact that every single Scud Genocide that Virgil did, every single JM that he did, ended up hitting into massive amounts of damage. That is not an overhead. That doesn't hit overhead.
There's no mix. There's no mix-up.
There's no mix-up. How is that working consistently? He would run up, just Scud Genocide in his face, and get hit and get massive reward. Then he would land, turn it into a big combo. The last one that he did had the grenade on the setup, and he was able to take it like that. But ended up dropping the mock kick once again, which I can understand. That's not that easy. It's a pretty small hitbox. The move is a little fast, but it's not that fast. But it's like, it was astonishing for me to see him land that with such consistency. It was only twice, but it was enough. It was enough for me to be like, that's a good tool to have. Maybe Ranger players take notes. That was sick.
It's one of the few. I said there's no mix. It's one of the few mix-up options that Ranger has, because he really only has a strong, if I can call it that, strike throw game.
Well, he has
really
no high.
He's really great at pressuring the guard meter. One of his strengths. But Ranger doesn't have any overheads. So you can just hold down back, and any strikes that come out from Ranger are completely solved. You could hold down back, you could hold down plus guard button, and you don't have to deal with any sort of shenanigans on the mix-up, other than the throw. And something very strong that comes out from pressuring the guard bar is that when you have the opportunities to bring it low enough that the break is sort of at the front of our mind, you have to look out for a few things. The reversals, the guard cancel. The guard cancel being very strong and is throwable, to say the very least.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to be wary about when Ranger is in sort of that one character length away from you.
It is a relatively large hitbox for the guard cancel. So, and I can understand that the way that that guy was playing, it's going to be relatively effective. And Swiftmaster doesn't have like that big of a hitbox because we saw the guard cancel attempt come out from that guy at one point in game one, where he was just right at the cusp of getting guard broken. If he hadn't died, he was going to die. You know what I'm saying? And it was a combination of maybe him not knowing the ranges of how Ranger wants to fish for that guard break, but it's also just like on defense, you're really just having to block things out against Ranger and then just wait until he tries to throw you. Or obviously, if you don't want to do that because you're going to risk that guard meter, take the gamble, take the hit even, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever you have to do to survive. And oftentimes people, ridicule this game by saying like, I can't believe you got to take the hit for 40% damage then. But hey, would you rather take 80% damage? You know what I mean? It's a very interesting mechanic. It's a very interesting defensive option for you to have to take. I've never seen this before in a fighting game where you have to just take the hit, then die.
If you can pay attention to the resources that your opponents have, then it can be a strong choice. It can be one of the more conservative weighted choices, because you can the guard break is guaranteed damage, of course, but if you make the wrong decision, you can get counter hit. And if they're spending all of this mana in order to rack up that guard damage, the damage against the guard bar, then the final hit might not even be that strong. Of course, I mean, they can get rid of your white life. That's something that a lot of players might be wary of, in something to weight in consideration of whether or not you want to actually commit to this decision. But it's definitely something to consider. A character that I have familiarity with, a character that I know you've been playing a little bit too, Launcher. A lot of her guard break damage comes from sending out the nuke, but it costs so much meter that once you get the guard break, you effectively get very little damage and reset to neutral. Yeah, and you give your opponent back the guard bar as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's just like kind of like having to weigh out those options on offense and on defense. You talked about how this is a very offense-oriented game near the beginning of the stream, and you, on defense, have to be exceptionally in tune with your opponent's offense, and this is the matchup that's going to be very, very enticing for you to have on offense, is how in tune is your opponent going to be really with the way that I want to do my block strings? Are they really going to know when I'm going to mash DP out? Are they really going to know when I'm going to convert? Are they really going to know when I Shattering Strike? We're going to find out here in this another winner semifinal, Sleazy versus Blaze.
Oh, getting the hit to clean it up. Blaze misses the 6S. We have an opportunity. We got the 2B starter and the wall bounce off of the Awakening follow-up using that 2-3-6 series.
He could be dead?
Oh!
Oh, he pops out! Oh, the DP!
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Sleazy was aware of how much mana they had. Maybe we're trying to mash the 5M Rekka series, and I'm not sure. They had the Awakening skill at the end, but Blaze sealing it up.
Yeah, he was trying to do, like, the TK, I would want to say. But, maybe, now he's definitely on defense, having to sit tight. Yeah, I think he wanted to do the TKJM, but, oh no, the DP, goodness, spell doom with...
Wake up 2A.
Yeah, wake up with 2A, that's a big button, there it is, JM coming out. And this is going to be, hopefully, a very advantageous position for him. There it is, yes, it is Troubleshooter, I can't believe I said that. Of course it's going to be an advantage. JM coming out.
Okay. Do something minus into just do something. Oh, they didn't recognize that they had no meter.
He's dead. He's definitely dead. Just spend the super. Just spend it. Yes, there it is.
Don't stop me now. Cause I'm having a good time.
I'm having a good time.
I fly through the sky like a tiger. Let's go, Sleazy. Okay.
Let's go, Sleazy. All right, I got it. That's pretty sick.
Oh, it's
I
the
love
first
that,
time I've been able
Dostrow.
to do that. That's the first time I've been able to do that on stream. That's okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was sick.
Troubleshooter's not a very popular pick, but he's so cool. Look at him.
He is cool. I think he is a very popular pick. I don't know where you're at because
I rarely see the character. I don't know.
really? Oh, okay. I feel like we see a lot of troubleshooters. I feel like that's part of the reason why people feel this character isn't all that strong, because we just have a lot of data out on this character. I mean, despite he does have some like relatively glaring weaknesses with like, you know, rolling through a lot of his pressure. Some of his frame traps aren't exactly real, but you know what? Sleazy paying no mind to any of the criticism because he just walks up and DPs on Blaze's wake up. Yo, I love this game. This game is so sick.
Yo, what a call out! Oh my
What?
god, Sleazy? That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you want to talk about mental damage.
you're gonna feel that one in the morning. Oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely. That was so sick.
Yo, DP, you're DP. Okay.
Sleazy, you know what that was.
Man's
You
living
live
up to their name.
Yeah, living up to their name, absolutely. DP once again, bringing it back to the mid screen. Putting obstacles, the G-Bomber. Oh, caught! Wow.
Hitman do be having the gun, but sometimes you can't really deal with all these projectiles super strong.
I was awing at the JM from Troubleshooter coming out to go over him and ended up getting punished. But now here we go, the oppression conversion going out there, and now here we keep that pressure.
That could have been huge damage. Mistimed on the. Oh, lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
Blaze
guard button
view.
check. Guard button check.
Yeah, guard button check. Nice call out from Blaze to see how he was going to keep those plus frames, but now Blaze has him in the corner. The Shattering Strike. Oh.
Patience.
Yeah, I like this. Slowing things down a little bit. Throwing out hitboxes, but not overextending in a way. Oh my god.
Footsies?
Oh my god, Jam!
Footsies?
Just kill him! Just kill him! He DPs again!
did it again!
Sleazy! You rat bastard! You are so awesome! What the hell is this? I can't believe it.
It's on replay. It's on replay. They did it again. Okay.
DP.
Yo, these two M's, these reversals are absolutely magical. Sleazy's got these on lock.
He does, man. I'm really excited about that. Once again, hey, he knows the holes. He knows. It's not real. Okay, never mind. He's just doing it. Full send. You gotta be some kind of sleazy to just be letting them rip like that. Alright, I like that. Pushing out, keeping that distance, making sure that anything that you throw out is meaningful. Oh! Rolls past the J-Bomber, and this could be big, Dostrow. Oh, okay, no.
Pressure started, but we're just so great at maneuvering through these block strings. Sleazy's just poking out, and very great opportunities. We got the reversal, but we're not in Awakening yet. This chip damage gonna leave him into red life here. We're buffering? That's gotta be buffering.
He was probably buffering or walking and blocking. I could see that either possible, but Sleazy doesn't matter what he's doing because what he's doing is winning. Sleazy taking it 2-0 over Blaze in this winner's semifinal.
The 2B killed. I got excited. I was gonna start singing Queen again.
Yeah, you were hoping. You were hoping. You got the one though.
I got the one. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
That was a lot of fun. I'm glad that you had that fun. I was having a great time when you were singing that. Now, every time I hear it, every time I see that super, whether it's on stream, I'm just gonna remember you singing it. Specifically, you, not Queen.
Good time. Having a good time.
Having a good time. Have you ever seen those like Freddie Mercury memes where it's like him at a playground and it's just
They're just like singing Queen lyrics or something.
Yeah, he goes down the swing and then he's just like, oh, having a good time, and then he falls and then he busts his knee or something and he goes, Mama.
yeah.
It's really funny.
Oh,
but
man.
you know, it's a lot of fun. I love that this game is able to bring out such exciting moments for us, like as commentators, for players to be able to be as expressive as they are, because those DPs that came out as frequently as they did, that can happen in like most games, sure. But in this game, it's like it's the one button, you just let it rip, baby. You just let it rip.
I've definitely popped off like a million times before for watching Daigo go walk up DP on your opponent's wake up.
It's always sick. It's always cool. And
100% of the time.
in this game, with the way that Sleazy did it on his wake up twice to close out rounds twice was so sick.
You could be playing the lamest character there is. You could be playing the cheesiest, lamest character it is. You could be playing Ram Lethal Valentine in Guilty Gear Strive, but if you walk up Mortobato on your opponent's wake up and it kills?
Okay, that's actually sick. I thought we were gonna start dogging Mortal or Ramlethal for a second, but then you said walk up Mortal Bato in their face, and I was like, yo, that's actually hype. That's actually kind of sick. That character would have sauce. Shout outs to anybody who plays Ramlethal thinking that they have sauce. You don't have sauce until you walk up Mortal Bato. That's the only way.
Your combos, your block strings are not sauce, but your reads can be the loosest, the most creamy sauce out there. They could be the most decadent. I would just drenching the hot wings left and right, going all the way. Wingstop, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh yeah. If I see you do walk up Mortobato into somebody's face, I'm definitely licking my fingers after that. That is.
Oh yeah. That's some tasty stuff right there.
Absolutely.
I will pop off for you. I will jump up and down. I'd accidentally fall onto the ground, scrape my knee. I will still be popping off for you. Because that's the adrenaline rush I get from watching someone reversal on an opponent's wake up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, but before we get into the next set of adrenaline rushes here, once we move down over into the loser side of this bracket, I just want to remind you guys once again about that Matcherino. We still got that thing going live for you, and we want to make sure that you guys feel as though you're giving as much as you can to these players. We're still sitting only at $4 since the last time I brought it up, and you know what? It's been about maybe 40 minutes since I did that. I don't know what happened. I don't know where you guys went. I don't know who stopped listening, but you better get your ear to the ground and start running into that Matcherino. Full sprint, full body sprint into the Matcherino link. Drop whatever you can. Dude, it's a free link. Like how many times can that be stressed? You guys, you know what? This is an online tournament. Okay, you guys are no strangers to online tournaments. You've been through the pandemic. All of you presumably were around for the pandemic. I would think. I think that's a fair assumption. So you know how these things go. Get in there, use that Matcherino. It's a free code. They made it easier. You only got to click a button. You barely even have to sign in. It's the same amount of buttons. It's less buttons to sign in or to dunk into the Matcherino pot than it is to sign in. Get over there, drop these players some dough, and show your thanks for the crazy show that they're putting on today. Sleazy did walk up DP on somebody's wake up twice for free? You think he's doing that for free? Give him some money. Pay the man. Pay the man.
There's been a decent amount of discourse going around about raising tournament entry fees to get higher payouts ever since. It's happened a few times, but the most recent being $75 for 5th place. For you know who over on Twitter, on the Twitterverse.
Yep.
But something that solves it is Matcherino. Crowdfunding our lovely players here out in the sky. We've had the lovely likes of Spooky, Arturo Sanchez, IFC Yipes, Tong, Jabali, a bunch of players, a bunch of competitors, a bunch of tournament organizers. Our lovely friends at Low Kick, our lovely friends at Central Illinois FGC have been hyping up the Matcherino. It's the little things that we can do to help them out in the long run. It's the little things.
Yeah, and a ton of little things, like a ton of little Matcherino codes go a long way, guys. So what we're going to do right now, while we wait for you guys to run into the Matcherinos, we're going to wait to also get some of our top 8 matches squared away. Looks like Night Slash and J Phoenix are still in process of their match. We got a couple of loser side matches that still needs to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We're going to give ourselves some water. We're going to give yourselves time to wipe off that sweat from all the heat that you've been watching. Give our players some time to think about their strats, and we're going to give our streamers some time to go, breathe. Because I know that back there he's sweating. All right, so sit tight. I really appreciate you guys being here thus far. Don't go anywhere because we will be right back with more DNF Duel action. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the young Arneezy DNF Duel Tournament Series. Excuse me. I'm here with Dostrow. You guys have had a wonderful break time, but we're back to delivering you the action. Dostrow, how you doing right now, buddy?
I'm having a good time, man. I'm having a blast.
Having a good time.
There's
Yeah.
been a lot of really great matches out so far, and there have been some absolute statements made on stream. Of course, the walk-up reversals by Sleazy, the wonderful maneuvering by Virgil against that guy's Swiftmaster with the Ranger play, and just so much more to be had. We're getting closer and closer to our finale. We have seemingly our first losers quarterfinals lined up. It looks like Vagabond takes it over Hoodless, so it's going to be Blaze versus Vagabond in losers quarterfinals. If I have it right, that'll be a Hitman versus a Crusader.
Yep. Yeah. From what we remember, we did see Blaze on the Hitman doing relatively consistently good outside of losing down to Sleazy in the last set that we saw on stream, getting his ass run up DP'd on. But Vagabond was doing pretty reliably on the Crusader. I believe that the last set that we saw him in was against that guy in the winners quarterfinal, and it was kind of a struggle for him. You know, there was kind of slacking a little bit on defense. He did have some pretty solid, like, stray 5A conversions, and he tried to put out some of the deflection walls. But overall, I want to say in that set, that guy kind of ran all over him. And then at the set immediately after, we saw Cham come up on stream, who was, going through their top 8 side match right now against Jay Phoenix. So we'll see if Cham is able to make it out alive, another Crusader player over on the loser's side. But hopefully Vagabond was able to, watch some of those matches and understand how best to, like, pop some of Remedios and be able to, like, create, some additional pressure. But, we're going to find out right now going into Vagabond versus Blaze in this losers quarterfinal.
As two characters we've seen a decent amount of on stream, but have yet to see them clash, I believe. Or
yeah,
no, we saw Blaze versus Cham. We saw Blaze versus Cham. Excuse me, we were just talking.
Yeah, we haven't seen these two guys specifically face off, but we did see, Cham lose to Blaze specifically, I want to say, earlier on. So now it's going to be, we're having a little bit more patient. The Spears of Victory coming out. Now, looks like Vagabond's trying to make his way to get Blaze towards the corner. First deflection wall comes up, the DP.
And Vagabond seems to be a little bit more content to play a slower neutral game than Cham was, at least against Blaze here. But right now, Blaze is starting to push Vagabond to the corner and starting the initiative using that conversion. Vagabond's trying to push out, but we're returning right to the corner, and Blaze starts to get a hit here.
Yeah, no, this is going to be real unfortunate. Oh, nice. The 2A ends up getting a conversion off of Remedios popped out. And nice run up throw. Not trying to give Blaze the time of day, but the Remedios actually gets blasted through. Only is able to armor one thing. And now the exhaustion, but no punish coming out from Blaze. Now Vagabond just kind of has to sit tight, taking a lot of that damage. The 2B closing it out. First blood goes to Blaze.
Yeah, that toe check. These buttons are so big. It feels so weird to be up close. So just holding back, trying to escape, seems to be something that a lot of players like to go for. So that 2B is a great tool to check your opponents from trying to escape.
I like the patience that came out from Vagabond here. Once he popped the Remedios, Blaze rolled forward and he sat there waiting for it. And he was able to create a lot of pressure and build a lot of damage off of that. But now, Blaze missed that cross-up, but still able to catch the low. Sacred Upper, gonna go into the setup once again. This is just gonna be a lot of damage. Nice meaty setup, goes for the throw.
Oh, sending out the Apocalypse, that shining light.
Yeah, you are not approaching as long as Apocalypse is there. It does a lot of gray life damage, a huge amount of guard bar damage. You are sitting there for a long time too. So Vagabond's sitting really pretty at the full screen. Strike of Repentance, tried it zoning out.
Oh, but it's never over till it's over! Oh my gosh!
We were talking about getting crumpled from full screen, just the soul leaving your body, and now the full amount, the light of God leaving Vagabond's body here as he gets lit up.
Blaze out here sending Vagabond back to his savior.
Yeah, gonna have to go back and flagellate a little bit. Think about what he did. That sounds dirty. I promise it's not dirty. It's a thing that used to happen. That's what. So flagellating is okay. All right, look.
It's a real word.
It's a real word. What it is, it's when they would like repent themselves, and they would like whip themselves on the back as like a form of self-punishment to know God's, you know, wrath. Anyway, Strike of Repentance is trying to keep it out, but it actually gets punished from Blaze, going back into the mid-screen.
Oh, got the second hit of that JA coming down. Blaze just being super tricky with the safe jumps, but unfortunately gets thrown for their troubles. Vagabond moving towards the initiative here. We have the Remedios up, but right now Blaze is here in Awakening, and now Vagabond is too.
Nice. Pop sack conversion makes it safe, so there's no shot at it. Runs up DP with the Shattering Strike to make it safe. What are you supposed to deal with that? How are you supposed to deal with that? You parry. That's the answer. I want to see Vagabond get in the same situation and be able to parry that Shattering Strike. Oh, not going to do it now. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Blaze,
Hey,
you didn't have to do that.
You gotta send the message somehow.
You could have done literally anything. You could have blown him a kiss. Why did you do that? That was rude, Blaze. And you know what? We're here for it. This is DNF Duel, baby. We're getting rude up in here.
Hit him with the Justice, that big spear.
Nice.
Oh, that's big damage.
Oh my god, the Repentance loops? That was pretty sick. Oh, but now he's thrown himself into his own corner. Now the actual corner. Oh, nice.
Gotta block low for that one, my friend.
Gotta block low for that one.
We're trying to toe check again, playing that full screen neutral.
Yeah, it's tough. Oh, nice. 2B confirms. Remedios pop, goes into the throw and keeps this pressure going. He tried to DP out, but the Remedios kept him safe and kept him alive. Cancels into the Strike of Repentance.
Gets a little bit of that mana back.
Oh,
So nice. He did it twice. Vagabond puts one round on the board here.
Very nice for himself. Keeping himself alive. Hopefully he's going to be able to get the point that he needs. Nice. Sacred Upper into this Miracle Splitter loop. Sick. Oh my god.
Got the throw bait with that JS. Just hovered just barely off the ground for that one.
Yeah, just enough, right? Oh! Good conversion to react to the roll forward. He might be dead here after the Sacred Upper. Miracle Splitter. No damage after that. Miracle Splitter's recovery is just too long. But
I love that tension in the fighting game when both characters are one hit away from death.
oh, yes. In that current situation. But the DP ends up being the one hit that Vagabond needed to tie this up 1-1.
Looks like some of those prayers are paying off now.
Yeah, absolutely. God said, the flagellation worked. I will give you my grace. And now just going full screen flash spears. And I think that what to do, like on either of the screens for Blaze, is more or less just like, yeah, don't let him zone so easily. Very nice for him to throw out that counter hit. And now, oh, the DP, but you're not going to be able to mix them up so easily. For Blaze, it's a very complicated situation. Once Remedios gets popped, you can see he kind of starts to falter there. Sacred Upper, it's a Miracle Splitter. He just wanted to go for some damage. Oki, nothing there really, but now the damage and retaliation is coming out from Blaze.
Patient gameplay here. Vagabond's up against the corner, but they're not scared.
Oh, it's kind of more or less just like they're just trying to throw out their hitboxes, see what lands, see what sticks. Don't overextend, but there it is. Blaze running forward, ends up getting hit with the two-way. Drop the combo, and this could very well be dead.
A little bit of extra credit. Got to make sure you get through that awakening trait.
Yeah. I think this will still get through.
This ought to be a kill here.
This ought to be, right? There it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that the awakening damage really gets affected this late into the scaling stuff, so nice patience coming out. Remedios here.
A little bit of a break between those two Bs. Trying to watch out for that roll. Press the button at the wrong time. Gets the finisher to stay outside of the exhaustion state.
And now he's already in Awakening at 15 seconds into the game, and it's Vagabond just needs to ensure that he doesn't get hit, that those flash spheres don't get baited out, and there it is. He tried to throw it out, but he was sitting there waiting for a spear. Victory now coming out.
Oh no.
DP.
Oh no.
It's not going to be a lot, but the throw, little reward off of that. He's willing to take that conversion. Baited. Oh, he just DP's.
Okay.
That was so sick. Okay, Vagabond, I see you. That was nice.
Signed, sealed, and sent.
Okay, now who's going to take it? We have a set here, Dostrow. We are 1 round apiece. Final game, final round between these two. Oh, the deflection wall goes out. Oh my god!
Another throw bait there. Gets the 5AA finished off of the 2S. Hit off of the spear. That TK, that Kara spear is so strong. Plus frames!
He's dead.
They got 3 of them!
Beautiful. Beautiful. Going, Grace, my son. Well done to Vagabond. Taking out Blaze in
Off
the
to meet their
losers.
maker.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff to Vagabond. Take him out. Blaze now out of the bracket as Vagabond moves forward to losers final to face the winner of our next match, which is going to be that guy versus Jay Phoenix. I think that last set that happened between Blaze and Vagabond, it was more or less like, it was kind of adjustments back and forth, right? You could see how, Vagabond would want to zone, and then Blaze started to, come out and retaliate from full screen, hitting him with the shattering strikes. And then you would see, Vagabond start to adjust to the way that Blaze would want to maneuver around Remedios. There were a lot of key examples as to when, they were starting to really learn and pick up off of each other. But even at the very end there too, where Blaze was able to not take the bait on the JS coming out and didn't end up getting big hit for his troubles. But I guess at that point, it was more or less just like, when you're making those adjustments on top of each other, who's going to be the one that makes that final adjustment to be able to come out top? And I think Vagabond was able to, with that perfect KO, was able to really keep Blaze in his own head for long enough for him to be able to steal that victory away.
Yeah, you love to see both players playing the fighting game. You love to see the adaptation. And it was a bit of a rough start for Vagabond. I believe Blaze taking the very first game. But the small adjustments, there was just a little bit of extra variation in the timing that Vagabond put in to really just push them over the top and take it over Blaze. And it's really great to see, especially considering how Blaze went, I believe it was 2-0 versus Cham earlier in the bracket, just very confidently just weathering the storm, just moving through the huge wall that is Cham on their the holy light.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not easy. Like the thing is, like, obviously with like a lot of anime games, but especially here in DNF, like their character expression is so vast. Like you could definitely be playing multiple different kinds of the same character. So with Cham, we did see a lot of different kinds of setups that would come out with the Remedios. He would really fish for those kinds of situations a little bit more, and we saw sometimes to a detriment, those exhaustions would be really working against him. But he was more like willing to play that like up close game, didn't want to zone all that much until he had Remedios popped, whereas Vagabond, was willing to keep him out a little bit more. He was throwing out those spears, throwing out the strikes of repentance, throwing out flash spheres, and really just making sure that any hit that he would catch, he would turn into like a big Remedios Oki situation, and knew how to keep himself safe afterwards. He would do like 2B into the Strike of Repentance. If he knew it was going to be the exhaustion, he would hit the conversion if he had to. He had run really good setup after he blocked that DP at the very end, where he would he did, I believe it was Strike of Repentance into conversion, just to be able to ensure that he got like the maximized follow up. But at the end of the day, like they played two very, very different characters. And now, in the last set, we saw Cham ends up going out or rather on the other side of the losers bracket, we saw Cham going out to Jay Phoenix, and now up next we've got that guy versus Jay Phoenix. Jay Phoenix probably going to make, or rather making his first appearance here on stream for the day, up against that guy who is a very, very well rewarded Swiftmaster player for today.
And that guy's been proving incredibly strong, and if they happen to win their match against Jay Phoenix, it's going to be a run back versus Vagabond coming into losers semifinals. It's gonna be fun to watch because Vagabond was moving very confidently in the end of their last match. So seeing how they get the rematch versus that guy, if it so happens to be as such. However, it's going to be a completely different pace of match because Hitman very strong at slowing the pace down, playing at that sort of mid-range with their 6S, their 5S, 2B. It's just a completely different game when you're playing against Swiftmaster, as Swiftmaster is scary at all points of the screen, so it's incredibly threatening no matter where they are, and we're going to have to see how our next player on screen, Jay Phoenix, we're going to have to see how Jay Phoenix chooses and adapts on how to weather the storm.
Yeah, who knows? It's going to be a massive storm to weather coming out from that guy, as he just really knows how to keep that pressure on, really knows how to pressure from full screen. We saw earlier in the day that guy's matchup up against Virgil. It was a very, very close set coming out from that guy who just knew how to deal with those full screen zoning tools. And whoever Jay Phoenix plays, it's probably going to be a really uphill battle to climb unless he plays something like, unless he runs the Swiftmaster Mirror, or which is ironically not all that bad for himself. Unless he plays Striker a little bit. Striker kind of has some tools to get around Swiftmaster's tools, Swiftmaster's offense, because Striker is a very, very high active character. She can keep those plus frames continuously. She's very mix-up oriented as well, but with insanely crazy block string pressure that he's not really able to get himself out of. So who knows where Jay Phoenix is going to be at this point in time, but from right now, that guy has got a lot of wins riding out for himself, for him to feel pretty confident going into this next one, especially considering his character.
I mean, when you're playing the best character in the game, it's not a bad thing. You got to feel good about yourself. The only issue when you're playing the best character in the game is if you lose, that's on you, man. That's on you.
Yeah, absolutely. So who knows? We're gonna try to get these players up on the set. Who knows where they're sitting at right now? But I want to talk a little bit before we go into this next one. While we have the downtime, I suppose we can talk a little bit about Matcherino. We're at 1550 right now, so considerable increase from the last time that we brought it up. If you guys haven't already, feel free to check out that Matcherino link in the chat room. You can just type in !Matcherino. Use that, claim that free 25-cent code, and don't get free money, bro. Celebrate the players and the things that the players have been doing today for you. Showing off all of the good stuff, showing off the sleazy plays, showing off the guy, Virgil, showing off the Deathhawk into Deathhawk, which is kind of nuts that works, because by the time it's over, your guard damage is at 1. Did you see that, Dostrow? Can we talk about that for a second?
It's such a strong move. It's crazy.
It is kind of overwhelming, really, because you play the character, so you understand the mix-up that character really has is more or less just strike throw, and Deathhawk enforces that situation very, very heavily because it keeps you in block stun for a while. But why does it do that much guard damage? Is it because he has no mix? Is that why? Because he has no mix?
It seems very much so like that. Ranger's primary game plan, besides just keeping the opponent at bay, is once you have the advantage, once you're pressing your opponent towards the corner, you really pressure that guard gauge. You have a lot of really great tools to do so, and it's going to be tricky to see how Virgil moves on forwards in the bracket, but right now we have a victim of Virgil here on stream in that guy, as well as potentially a victim of Swiftmaster and Jay Phoenix. But right now we have Kunoichi coming up against the Swiftmaster. Kunoichi, a strong, very tricky character, and I feel there's going to be a lot of really interesting setups at play in order to get through the Swiftmaster defense. So let's see what Jay Phoenix has in their pocket to play here against that guy.
This is actually a run back from earlier on in the other side of the bracket, from round 2. These two actually faced off, and it looks like Jay Phoenix lost to that guy 2-0. So we're getting our first Kunoichi representation for the day, but hopefully it's not the same situation that Jay Phoenix experienced against that guy last time. Nice going out with the guard cancel and trying to be able to put out some zoning pressure on screen.
Summoning jutsu.
The character, yeah, with a character that can stay airborne for as long as he can, Swiftmaster is able to avoid a lot of Kunoichi's stuff. Not really going to be able to jump over any fire tornadoes, but that's not really something.
Oh, watch this guard bar.
Willy-nilly. Yeah, that guard bar's looking down, but hey, look, that life is looking exactly where he wants it. Kuno. Oh,
using
wow.
the fire tornado to get through the Storm Strike release. Oh, gets the hit with the full charged frog? That's like plus a million when you get grounded by it.
Yeah, the frog just sat on Swiftmaster, and then he was able to run all the way up. Nice. The Storm Strike, actually, he just neutral jumped over it, but now he's here in the Wind Blaster loops. He's going to have him in the corner, and the Okizeme situation is going to be relatively dangerous here. What's the mix-up now? Oh, no, he's going to keep going for the loops. Man, he can loop
Get these reps going. Drops the last one. The Storm Strike release a little bit too...
Oh, man, the 5B finds it. Oh, the left-right! That was so sick. Oh, he DPs out, and the seal ends up not hitting because of the invincibility frames of that, but he could be in a very disastrous situation because the Okizeme after this is going to be huge. Okay, the Flame Breath sitting there, continues to pop that Flame Breath, Fire Tornado coming out. What's the mix-up? No mix-up, the no mix-up mix-up. Ah, the throw.
Okay. It's that 5B. Just do it. Just do it. Sponsored by Nike, right? Right?
That's so unfortunate. He was doing so well. The life lead was actually massive, and he ended up getting caught by that 5B in the corner. Nice. I love how mobile Kunoichi can be, and she can constantly attack you from any different angle. Not unlike Swiftmaster here, but not lacking that full screen BS, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term, that Swiftmaster has.
There's full screen opportunities for a character like Kunoichi, but they're very strange and require a bit more setup.
Yeah, they're very slow too, because you have like what, kunai conversion where you can just run into it, but it's not as powerful as something like Storm Strike. Oh my god.
Just got hit by the fireball! Oh, give that frog a breath mint, please.
Okay, nice. Frog coming out once again, but he doesn't shoot behind. Leaving
okay, wake up 5A! Wake up 5A! Oh, they pressed it! There is a gap there. When you're trying to set up the 4M, the big frog, there is a gap.
We better hope that he doesn't drop this. Okay, no, definitely doesn't drop this. Good stuff.
That was a one-touch game right there.
It had to have been, right? Yeah, that was really unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. Vortex Hurricane closing out the round for that guy. This is still losers losers quarterfinal. So it's still in the first of 2 territory.
I like the use of the JS, or the JM that Jay Phoenix is using in order to stall their air momentum, make things a little bit more unpredictable here versus that guy. And it's really just moving around some really great options that Swiftmaster has.
Yeah, I wholly agree. The air shurikens are doing really well for him to be able to DPs out of the seal, but ends up getting himself killed for it, because yes, you don't take that damage from that seal, you don't have to deal with blocking it, but if she's ready for it, if Kuno is ready for it, you end up just dying. And hopefully the 5B conversion coming from out of this doesn't look so bad for Jay Phoenix.
Getting
it is more than 50%. Yeah, hey. Nice blocks, and then the DP out.
It took a few tries, but eventually it hit, right?
It did. Okay, nice pickup. Oh, missed the JS.
Oh, it's an overhead. They're so tiny. How did that hit?
Yeah, he's still in a good spot here. Flame Breath coming out. Ah, the throw. Yeah, you challenged it for a little too long, and you were mashing a Wake Up, and now you're dead for it? No! Actually ends up air teching out of this into the Awakening skill, and he is hella dead. This guy does not have health as the Sword of Kusanagi is drawn into his own demise. Jay Phoenix tying it up 1-1 now.
So, sometimes you take what's given, and Jay Phoenix just taking it right to the bank, just investing all of their time, getting that clean mash right off the drop combo there.
Yeah, that was maximum reward. I mean, a little bit of luck, to be honest, being falling out of that combo there, but he seized the opportunity and he ran with it, right? So now here we go, final game 3 in this set, and definitely making it better than the run back that happened earlier on in the set.
Did the kunai just trade with the Storm Strike release?
It must have, right? There's 3 kunais, right? Hey. Okay. DP a little early. Oh, but he goes out there.
Oh, I didn't think they were managing their meter quite correctly. That guy didn't get a full punish off of that.
Yeah, he's got to be careful of these swords. Make sure that it doesn't whiff and he doesn't swing into it. So you got to just hold it now. Guard cancel once again. Okay, there it is. Throwing out these obstacles. He rolls through it. Takes away all the swords, but the 5B gonna find the finish.
You can't jump out of that. They're just going to 5B after almost all the time. It just catches so well.
Yeah, absolutely. The double Reppuken gets hit by the flying squirrel. No real follow-up there.
I'm just running up and pressing the button. That guy not ready for the 5B coming in from Jay Phoenix.
Nice. Air Shuriken's caught, and he's able to convert afterwards. Caught after the seal. And this is going to be huge damage and a good wake-up situation. Nice throw. Takes that throw, and that guy able to steal that momentum back. Here we go.
Oh, just clipped. That guy catching the offense here.
Okay.
Setting up the safe jump. Oh,
but he doesn't die for it.
No.
And now Jay Phoenix may be dead for this.
They just gotta finish the combo. That's done, right?
Hey.
Don't do anything so complicated.
Hey.
Why is this combo lasting so long?
Oh, the Vortex Hurricane into the super. He's definitely dead here. That guy ends up taking losers quarterfinal 2-1 over Jay Phoenix. Good stuff to these two, putting on quite a show here. Jay Phoenix almost had it. I believed in you. But you know what? It is what it is when it comes to the bracket. Not so bad right now. What was it? Tied for 5th. Well done to you. Well done to everybody who's been playing in the bracket so far. But right now, that guy's going to move forward to face Vagabond in the losers semifinal.
We're getting the rematch.
That run back. Yeah, we get the rematch. So far, that guy, did well in his rematch against Jay Phoenix. We'll see if he can keep that momentum and do well in his rematch against Vagabond. Who knows? It was looking pretty rough the first time for Vagabond, to be honest, though.
It seems like Vagabond just couldn't keep up with the speed that Swiftmaster had, the speed that that guy had, because when they were playing up against Blaze, it was the pace was completely different. It was mid-range space all the time. The pressure wasn't so intense. The mix-ups weren't as in your face, and the offensive series just didn't last as long as they can do when it comes to playing against Swiftmaster. Swiftmasters just can extend so much longer, and it makes it so much trickier because they have the orb setups, which can extend the Okizeme pressure. They have the vacuum, which is just a complete reversal. It just feels so strange when the vacuum comes out because you don't know how it's going to interact in comparison to the Repukens. It's sort of the 50-50 right there, and it's hard to react to a situation like that. So we'll have to see how Vagabond comes to realize how that guy wants to approach the matchup in multiple ways. Not only are they playing up against the matchup, they're playing up against the player. So they have to figure out the tendencies that guy is presented to the table. But we have 2 more games of data in the bank.
Yeah, we do have 2 more games of data in the bank, and we do definitely have at least 3 more games to happen before that, because we do have the winners final before we see Vagabond face off against that guy, which we'll touch back on once it comes back around, because I think you do have a lot of really good points about the tools that Swiftmaster has to be able to kind of dominate that matchup, and hopefully Vagabond's going to be able to, you know, make certain adjustments or understand like what he needs in order to be able to counteract those tools. Ooh!
Say what now?
Yo! So you know what?
Heck yeah,
Well,
man.
thank you, Cryopo. Everybody really appreciates that. I saw you even did a sponsor quest for that too. You really wanted to donate, and you $50 of your own dollars, man. That's so
I
nice of
also
you.
just realized that only YouTube was able to hear me when I said it. So, Cryopo, thank you very much for the $50 donation. With the current price pool sitting at 66.20, top 2 will get paid out. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Let's get those codes going, folks. Let's keep it coming.
Yeah, keep it coming. Thank you so much to Cryopo for the big 50 bones dropped in the bracket. Now top 2 gets paid out, so we are in top 4 territory. Who's going to make it in this upcoming match? Winner's final to pose himself to guarantee himself at least second place between Virgil and Sleazy. And then over on the opposite side of the bracket, on the loser's side, we've got Vagabond versus that guy sitting pretty in the loser semifinal. We've got some pretty good matches so far. We've seen really good performance come out from everybody here on today. Virgil, one of the most impressive Rangers that we've seen. I'm sure that you're a big fan. You might be taking some notes. You've been kind of like hopping around the character select roster pretty confidently and pretty happily. But how are you feeling now with Virgil putting on the display with Ranger?
It's very interesting to see how different players play different characters, and there have been, I feel, a lot of different Rangers showing up in relatively high placings in a lot of tournaments. I know Virgil's coming in, showing up here right now in winners finals. I've seen the likes of Leonidas, Daimon getting some good placings at a few tournaments previously early on. Some strong placings from a bunch of players, and there's so much like difference coming in from all these players. Not only do they approach the character differently, they're approaching matchups differently, and it feels like Virgil was just pressing buttons so very confidently in their games, and they do have some experience in bracket here up against the troubleshooter. So while they haven't played Sleazy, they did play Robib. We saw on stream Virgil versus Robib. They did 2-0 up against a different troubleshooter player, but there's a lot of different and unique interactions coming into play, and something interesting, at least in that particular matchup, the troubleshooter versus Ranger, is how the sort of explosions interact with each other, because we know both characters have their grenade. The troubleshooter JS and the 6S both detonate on impact, whether they hit the ground or hit the opponent, but the JS from Ranger, it's sort of like a trap. It's a mine in a sense. It just stays out there and it's on a timer. It's going to explode at the same time every single time. But something that Troubleshooter has in their toolkit are a few different attacks that cause explosions. And not only do they detonate the grenade from Ranger, they also clash with the grenade or absorb the grenade. So that would be Troubleshooter 6M and 2M, the reversal as well as the projectile, the big projectile, the big gun from Troubleshooter.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty weird interacting with those explosions in that regard. So maybe Virgil's going to understand that grenade is going to be a little bit less valuable tool, considering how Sleazy wants to play those around that grenade. But, you know, Virgil definitely has a ton of other tools that he has in his arsenal. You know, he does do his best to like hit confirm into the slide. He's not one to shy away from doing like the windmill into the air kick. So it's more or less just like how he's willing to, you know, utilize those different tools to get himself into advantageous situations, but we'll see. Sleazy also not one to shy away from just throwing out big hitboxes. We saw Sleazy doing pretty well. Oh my god, what a jump in here. We saw Sleazy do pretty well with, like, you know, that with the TKJM, and you know, he does have a decent amount of tools on his own outside of, like,
there it is.
interacting with
Yep,
those
what a
explosions.
fantastic use of the JM to get rid of the Deathhawk there.
Yeah, yeah, so it was nice to see. Oh, sick, the 2A conversion once again. This is going to be pretty heavy damage considering he's got a lot of mana to work with.
We're going to be able to set up. Oh, instant overhead?
Oh,
we weren't expecting it.
God. I definitely was not expecting that. What a
the trap lay to get airborne into the instant JB. That button is ginormous, and what fantastic usage thereof.
Yep. Sleazy tried to check in that frame trap, but Virgil ended up staying patient, not doing anything. And now he's in the way. He's in the air. Grenade is out, but he throws the G-Bomber of his own.
Patient gameplay. Gets caught in the air from the
That's so unfortunate. Virgil is just not really able to find those mock kicks tonight after those air juggles, but you know what? He's gonna have to sit here and hold those tight. Nice.
Oh, jackpot! Yeah, baby.
I like that, jackpot. That's actually that's a better name for it.
That's what Dante says after $1 million.
Yeah, it's sick. We should just call it jackpot.
Oh,
I mean,
he got super going. Gets the OTG.
Jackpot. He's dead.
Oh,
he just needs to find that.
Let's do it. Oh, tonight I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world. Let's go, Sleazy.
Let's go, Sleazy. Glad you're having fun. This is a very, very fun game to be having, but to have a fun, like a game where you can just like sing along to it, unheard of. Only in DNF Duel.
They can't take it away from us. There ain't no stopping me.
Ain't no stopping you. And no one would want to, man. This is a great time. I'm glad you're having a great time. I'm glad Sleazy's having a great time. Full screen. Oh my!
How's it feel, Virgil? How's it feel? Run up JM?
Yeah, run up JM. Doesn't feel good, does it? You might be dead for it. No. I think that he was dead anyway, but I like to imagine that it was the net that killed.
It's just the extra flare.
Jackpot. Oh, he did wait, but he was still in the invincibility frames, and the DP comes out to interrupt the slide. Nice, Deathhawk tossing the grenade.
Oh,
Pick up with the air raid, windmill, and now he's in the air. Oh! What the hell was that?
Oh,
He ended up on the other side, but it still worked out for him.
Hey, we don't gotta ask why it happened. We just gotta take it where we can.
The DP ready for it. Deathhawk coming out.
We've already shown the run-up instant JM twice so far from Sleazy.
Oh, no wall bounce off of that.
That only
Oh, yeah,
you only get the wall bounce in Awakening.
Yeah, he doesn't have Awakening. I just noticed he didn't have the Awakening. I was really thinking, oh, it's really close, mightily close, but Sleazy making sure that it's not close at all, going out 2-0 so far in this first of 3 set. What is next?
That reversal, that 2M is just so big.
Yeah, man. Here we go. Game 3. Rolls into the Deathhawk.
Holding down the space, full screen, using that 6M to really control these traps.
Yep.
Oh, gets caught by that JS. What fantastic placement from Sleazy.
Oh,
maneuvering through the
slide.
Doesn't get the up kick. Smells like up kick in here. Wake
Oh,
up,
the
jump
Scud-
forward, JB!
Yeah, he tried. The Scud Genocide actually just got caught, and now this is going to be massive damage because he is in Awakening. This is going to be huge. Nice the setup from the oppression.
Oh,
goes in.
Double overhead!
Oh, no.
Do it. You know you want to. For the fans. Me. I'm the fan.
The triple.
Cause I'm having a good time. having a good time. Shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger. Let's go! Hit him with the super! Awakening skill.
Hey,
allowing the
now
Dostrow
Sleazy.
pop off.
Holy snap. Sleazy at set point. The G-Bomber caught once again. Dude, it is looking rough for your boy Virgil here.
Oh, using that extra high JM to help recover some of that mana. Very smart routing here.
Ooh, getting pretty tricky with the conversions there.
I think
yeah.
Sleazy might be going a few too many levels deep there.
Yeah,
the first overhead worked one time, and it happened so fast they didn't even represent it again.
Yeah, he definitely popped enough refreshments for him to get the ball rolling. He's definitely in party time. But that was a pretty clean 3-0 coming out from Sleazy there, sending Virgil down into the loser's final side. But, man, let's talk about how really dominant of a set that was. Very, very high active offense. It was very difficult for Virgil to try to rely on zoning because he kind of just got clipped by a lot of the things that were sending out at full screen. He got clipped by, the get on fires. He would get clipped by the G bombers. It was kind of difficult for him to be able to stand at a healthy range and stop Sleazy from approaching.
It really seemed that Sleazy had just a lock on how to approach this matchup. Whether or not they've practiced it to a certain degree, they just knew or figured out the right counterplays, the 2Ms at the right spacing, calling out the Deathhawks, the 236, the big gun coming out to catch all of these traps as well, and just covering through a range that Ranger doesn't really have a lot of control over. That space, like right above and in front of Ranger, they don't really have a great time contesting it, because the best move to really catch someone in the air is, I guess, 5A is a little is useful at the farther ranges, but the DP, the 2M, is really just, in my experience at least, the only consistent anti-air that Ranger has.
Yeah, I mean, it really is, considering that, like, you can try your best to position yourself for a 5A, but at that point, really, you're just whiffing stuff. It's not easy. It's not easy to try to like catch people out of the sky to be able to, keep advantage for yourself or defend yourself from that. You're kind of at the mercy of your DP. Well, you're at the mercy of your 2M in that situation. So, I would say Virgil played it to the best of his abilities. It was really, really difficult, but we didn't even really see that many wild shots come out from Virgil. We didn't see him try to make like a lot of DP attempts out of certain pressure, just because Sleazy was willing to return fire so often. The only real DPs that we saw were in the first game. Beyond that, I think Virgil just tried to take a mental note, like, this isn't really working out, or I'm not even really in situations where it would work out, so I'm just going to try to rely on playing the mid screen or playing long range. But Sleazy just knew how to close that gap a little bit better.
I feel like Troubleshooter really likes to play at a range just inside where Ranger likes to be. Like, Ranger likes to be at that sort of just outside of round start spacing sort of situation. Not necessarily in the center of the stage, but the range that you start at round start, just a little bit outside of that. Whereas Troubleshooter really likes to be basically at that round start spacing, if not just inside, because that's where a lot of their great tools like 2S, 6S, and JS are incredibly strong. They've also got incredible buttons like 2B and the 5S that are just really forceful and really just take a really great portion of the screen whenever they're sent out.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of taking up huge portions of the screen, both of these characters got some of the biggest, most annoying hitboxes in the business, and we're going to see how they start to interact.
I'm feeling it.
Last time we saw these two up on screen, Vagabond got kind of cooked, but why did I say anything? You know what, Vagabond? This was my fault. I'm going to take all responsibility on this one, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That 5B is so good.
Oh, he flew out.
Oh, just reversal 5A. Oh, we get the combo too. That was such a deep 2S.
Yeah. That's gonna be scary. Nice.
Oh
the
wait,
miracle
they
splitter.
woke up with that.
Yo,
They woke up with that. Vagabond.
next hit is definitely. Oh God, dude! The TK strike of repentance.
You're gonna
You
feel
know what
that
he
one
did.
in the morning.
Oh yeah, he felt that one all over the place.
Just
Oh.
blow out your back like it. Great defense.
Oh, DP! And it's punished the conversion too. Look at the dude. Did you see that? He didn't even.
That was so much. Get that extra gray life from blocking the DP, and then you go right into those huge combos with the conversion cancels. You gotta use them early on, but boy, do they hurt.
Side switch a little bit, getting fancy with this combo. Storm strike. Couldn't quite convert. But what's it gonna be now? The throw? And you're just gonna take that. Another throw. You can't really take one more of those. You're not gonna! Because he got out! Oh, the guard cancel! The spear victory. Oh!
He caught the startup!
That was
All
so...
out!
That wasn't a call out, Dostrow. Let's be real. Did he just send it? Did he just say, you know what? I want my advantage. I want this hit. I'm just gonna send the wall out. That was sick, dude. I can't. All right, this is a set.
Just eat these plus frames. You gotta hold that.
You gotta hold that.
Like plus a million. Huge.
Oh, man, this is a
advantage
lightning
on startup.
fast round.
Oh, they did it again! They did it again! My guy! That guy! Stop throw teching. Or start. You're just gonna get killed for it!
You just ran into 5A, dude.
Oh,
But
it's
now
a stop.
Vagabond's at... Dude, it is a stop sign, but now Vagabond's at set point. The polar opposite of what happened the last time these two faced off.
Yo, 4 weeks ago, I didn't think I'd be popping off so hard at Crusader, but here we are.
Oh my god, dude! He's not dead. There's no mana for this. But the Remedios is popped, and he's just gonna loop the...
Oh, done? Was that the double? Was that the double
Vagabond.
perfect? Dude, that set lasted like 5 minutes.
Vagabond.
Less than 5 minutes. That was a quick 2-0. 2 games in a donut.
I didn't even know if I was ready for Losers Final so fast, man. I set aside a couple... Maybe, you know what, Goose, maybe I'll have time to play Valorant after all, because this bracket is going fast, okay? I can't believe that he had 2 perfect games back-to-back after getting 0-2'd, like, viciously the first time those guys fought. What a return fire from Vagabond, and now he moves on to face Virgil.
It's completely different game. Completely different game. Their offense was just on point there. No, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of help because Swiftmaster has a lower life total, and they do hurt. They do get the hurt on them,
hurt.
but
Yeah.
Vagabond was just moving so well and so cleanly.
Yeah, I want to talk about how he was like jumping back with the JAs, like really trying to be cautious about like 5B options, because that round start you guys saw, and I felt bad, you know what I'm saying? Like that was such a lightning fast situation that he got put in, and he knew that that couldn't happen again. So he started to be a little bit more mobile. He started to try to like put things out on screen. You saw that one match where he ended it with the Strike of Repentance, like the TK Strike of Repentance, and he just kept him guessing at all positions on screen. And with a character like Swiftmaster, you can just reliably move forward if you have the certain tools for it. But with the way that Vagabond made it so that even any position on the screen that you're in, like it's a threat, it made him really second guess the way that he wanted to play offense. I think that if that guy began to fall back on like Storm Strike a little bit more, if you tried to throw out some mid-range double Repukens, like you're playing with the risk of a wall coming out. But once that wall is out, like you're in a little bit more stable of a position for you to begin throwing out those larger and farther ranged hitboxes.
The threat of wall is just so prominent. When you can really just rock it, it's so oppressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of oppressive,
Am I seeing it correctly? Did I see high deity on Vagabond's side?
yeah, he earned it.
Is that single digits deity?
Yeah, I mean,
What the heck?
I don't know what happened in that match with that guy up on the winner's side of the screen, but it definitely seems like Vagabond was not ready for it. Oh man, it absolutely just invalidates the 5A.
And Crusader is just an early pick for like an anti-zoning character, even with that wall. It's just so strong because it creates it forces the opponent to really play your game because it's bringing you closer. You're bringing 100%. The word of God to your opponent.
100%. And the fact that like Remedios is such a powerful tool is because you're not going to be able to poke against that at all. Oh man, nice hard knockdown. Got for some big Oki, but this is going to be massive, Dostrow.
Watch out for the recovery.
Yeah, the recovery.
Okay, they only ate the 5M, so it's not a big deal. Catches the punish on the roll in. Vagabond returning to an offensive position here, but the DP for their troubles. The multi-hit's getting through the armor.
Okay, he jumped up. He's taking that. The Remedios is going to come out, and he's going to not die for it? Oh, man.
Yeah, they autopiloted the 2S after the 5BB.
Yo, the conversion to keep himself in the sky and avoid the awakening and return fire with his own Wrath of God. What a game one coming out from Vagabond. That was so sick, Dostrow.
Our Father, who art in mix,
hallowed be
thy frames.
That was legendary. What? I'm glad that he had that resource ready for him to be able to converge it. He's probably really fortunate that he had that too, because he was definitely dead.
That was one of the biggest brain plays. I was about to pop off for Virgil's by like praising them for that anti-air super.
Yeah.
But then just the reversal from the conversion to keep their air momentum like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Rolls past the Death Hawk. Nice. Good. Vagabond staying awake despite being on defense for so long. The Miracle Splitter, and now he's got him in the corner. This is going to be really scary. The Spear of Victory!
Oh, these conversions from Vagabond. The conversions and the conversions are so strong.
That was like a full screen combo, dude.
Hey, when you got buttons like these, when your extendo hammer is just huge.
Oh no.
Oh, how does it feel, Virgil?
Bro? Spear? Oh, you tried.
No.
And the thing is, I think I respect that. He tried to slide in to be able to get past that Strike of Repentance, but it was not fast enough, and he got hit. And now Virgil, still alive, because it's a first to 3. This is loser's final. We still have some time, but man, Virgil, kind of struggling in this matchup so far.
Yeah, that perfect KO to seal out the last game is definitely going to be feeling good for Vagabond. Like this read here?
Yeah, this is really going to be feeling good for him. Remedios?
Oh, eat this hammer. How's it feel? Oh, run up throw?
Nice.
Big chip.
The clip? He's probably counting himself lucky that, you know, he's able to throw out those 5Bs.
Oh,
look at that.
They don't have the meter for it.
He doesn't have the meter for it, but he doesn't really have meter to be able to convert and catch this out. Scud Genocide into some Okazemi. It's the throw, but the grenade is still there, and he is dead now. Virgil now putting a point on the board for himself.
It's a start. It's a start. This is how it begins.
Yeah, this is the momentum shift, right?
JB trading with the $1 million.
Oh, the DP, nice. He tried to conversion, but you were still in the air, my friend. Oh, the block.
What a wonderful roll through, getting through that gap. Gonna be able to set up the Remedios, trying to bait out some sort of defensive option. A little bit too close, and Virgil grabs, sending Vanguard through the wall.
That's so unfortunate. He was, for some reason, he was just like far enough away where he fell out of the DP and was able to punish it. But now, Virgil, even though Vagabond has a life lead, it doesn't feel like he's winning here, really. Now that Awakening is popped,
is that close enough?
That is close enough. Vagabond bringing himself to set point, poised to move forward into the grand final, loser side against Sleazy. Who's gonna do it here?
This is a completely different player than what we saw earlier. Vagabond is just moving so confidently and pressing buttons with such force and authority.
I want to point out that that was also the first deadly approach that we saw come out from any Ranger today. Nobody did that flip up until right now. So Virgil feels like he saw something or smelled something there, but nice. Doing the Suppressive Barrage to get past the Flash Sphere. There it is. He does not have any sort of
guard break.
Oh, but
Yep, there's a gap. There's a gap between the B moves, the B series, and the 2S. Fantastic awareness from Vagabond. While they didn't have the 100, they still had enough to get through using that reversal to bait out the approach. Virgil just getting a little overzealous, trying to really force that guard break, and just absolutely paying for it in the end. They got it once before. Fool me once, shame on me. Or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, you fool me, you can't get fooled again. You know, so that's exactly what Vagabond had earlier on in the bracket, going out to that guy 2-0. Seemingly uncharacteristic considering the fact that he was doing relatively well beforehand. You know, he met that guy over in the winners quarterfinal, and just because he got 2-0, that was definitely no slouch. Like, that guy definitely put on quite a show today, even though in that loser semifinal, got smoked in return. Vagabond now making it all the way to grand finals, loser side up against Sleazy. So this is going to be a troubleshooter versus Crusader matchup, one that we haven't seen today so far, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's these players haven't yet fought in bracket. We haven't seen Crusader versus the troubleshooter. We'll have to see what these players do and how they interact. But both Sleazy and Vagabond have been sort of sweeping up and cleaning house in these past few sets they've played. They both 3-0'd against Virgil, and it's just they're doing it with such confidence and authority. That's just they're so powerful the way they're moving. It's impressive to see how they're playing the game here.
Absolutely. I mean, like, yeah, calling me impressed 100% by both of the players that have been on screen, or both of the players that are set in grand finals, because Sleazy doing a lot of shows to impress us a little bit earlier on with some flashy plays, with some very brave plays, doing up things like run deep DP, but also having being able to maximize his conversions off of most of the hits that he's got, maximize that damage output, play some godlike neutral there. It's been pretty impressive to see Sleazy cruise on the winner side of the bracket, and now with Vagabond making this very confident return in the last couple of sets that we've seen, I know for a fact that Sleazy's definitely got to run for his money in this one, because Vagabond, no stranger to that neutral game, willing to zone things out. And, when he finds that hit, even off of a 5A or a 2A, it can be huge. So before we get into the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I know that we had some pretty big contributions to this match arena, but let's get one more in there. For the one more, we have $67.45 in the match arena pool. Please hit that code match arena in the chat. Click on that link and donate what you can to these two titans meeting up here in grand finals, the seeds of finals here. Sleazy on the winner side versus Vagabond on the loser side. Let's get into it. Sleaze of Volition.
Oh, just raw 5B on the round start, trying to check the approach from Vagabond, just sending them right to the corner. The DP armors out. They use the conversion to stay safe from Sleazy's reversal of their own.
Very nice. I love how Vagabond is confidently able to use conversion to keep himself safe or to be able to convert off of this stuff. Oh, nice. He threw out a 2A, but it was just fast enough to let him recover. Once again, the conversion, keeping him safe, just trying to check a button, and even if he does catch that button, there it is. Once again, he's just very willingly able to spend that.
The 5B, there's a dead zone above Troubleshooter when they're going for their DPs. Low scaling, only 3 hits coming into this super. It's gotta be enough damage, right?
It's not gonna be enough. No, there's no way. Speaking of dead zone, both of these players very much in a dead zone, and caught the roll with the 2A. Vagabond taking first blood of the set.
Both down to their last legs in that first round. Real nail biter. Vagabond covering these positions, covering these options so well, catching the attempt at the bob and weave through Sleazy.
Remedios coming out, just keeping that pressure going. Actually, doesn't get to armor through all of the DP, but he wants to keep that pressure. He's got to be ready for that exhaustion. Nice. Pops the apocalypse, but it ends up going away because Remedios dissipates. He ended up blocking something out of that.
Oh, air to air. They recover at the same time despite the JB causing a hard knockdown.
Look at him inching up, too. The way that he wants to take like such micro movements, be able to close that gap against Sleazy. But now Sleazy in the Awakening, sitting with some good meter. And now he's got to be very, very careful because one touch will definitely do it. Look how much Vagabond is willing to move around the screen. And now the poke out from Sleazy. This could be lethal if he's able to find enough loops and keep this juggle going for long enough. No, actually just decides to reset, throw out the oppression into the throw. And you know, it was just enough for him to be able to live and DP Vagabond, staying alive and taking the first game of this set. There's 5 more games to go potentially from him.
Yeah, they're both one touch away. Vagabond has already shown that they're willing to reversal through things. Sleazy has yet to punish the reversal. It doesn't have invincibility, it has armor on Crusader's side, so you can throw it.
Run all the way up to A. I really like it, but nice hit confirm coming out from Vagabond here. Remedios, the throw gets teched, and he knows the DP ends up coming out, but wait, what? He took none of that damage, even though he was definitely not going to armor through everything there. What an interaction, and now Sleazy still able to pick up from that and turn that into something huge for himself. Swashbuckler's refreshment, keeping himself juice, the cola.
Gotta stay hydrated. Oh, these stagger strings! Vagabond trying to poke out Sleazy, moving forward, catching their first round on the board here. First set of Grand Finals. Oh, we've seen this round start before.
Yeah, we definitely have Vagabond now sitting in the corner. Oh, the DP.
Oh. Brave man nice. Sleazy.
Remedios, good throw tech. Oh, but actually goes for the throw bait that time, and that's going to be some big damage. Hard knockdown. It goes punished.
They weren't recognizing the timing of it. Catches the throw bait with the reversal.
No.
Is this enough?
He's not dead.
They were out of meter. Oh, but the JB punishing the whiff 2A from Sleazy. Vagabond tying it up in rounds. Looking mighty confident here.
I like that. Just roll through, and then the DP. I love this confidence that comes out from Sleazy. The G-bomb loops. You love to see it. And now, here we go. More damage. The oppression setup. Actually, no, not for a setup. Just decides to detonate it right away. The refreshment going in, and he got it.
Okay.
What a conversion.
That's extra cute. That's super cute. We're going to set it up again.
The throw, and he's dead now. No combo.
Only in Awakening. Only in Awakening do we get that
Awakening.
combo.
But the DP still finds what he needs. And Sleazy taking game 2 in this Grand Finals. We're going to see a little bit of a left and right, of a back and forth between these two, won't we, man?
I'm feeling this is going to at least go to 5 games here.
Who knows?
Still no bearing on who's going to take this set. Oh, what a counter, using that conversion to catch the roll in from Sleazy. Doesn't get the 2B knockdown though. Oh, 2S catches the 5A, just barely out of range from those light attacks from Crusader.
And if I'm Vagabond, this situation is just very scary. You kind of got to sit tight. Just be patient, wait this out. Yeah, there we go. Sit pretty. Don't do anything crazy, but... Ah, nice. What a roll response coming out from Sleazy, too.
Oh, yep. Though I think the wall helps that combo conversion there. Just looked like slightly out of range for an actual 5S to hit if it were mid-screen, but still getting this set up.
Oh, but the oppression was off-screen, but it was still very much there. And the pickup from Sleazy after the explosion, you could hear it off the side, just a ticking time bomb.
If I don't see it, it doesn't exist. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist. Object permanence is not a thing.
Problem with that, Dostrow, is it very much existed, and now Vagabond hopefully doesn't lose this set because of this. Sleazy
trying to roll after a lot of these. Vagabond keeps going for the delayed wall after these big hammers, but Sleazy just getting punished pretty consistently off of the roll approaches.
Oh, couldn't pick up, but the 2B picks up from full screen, and that actually lands too. Yo, what a conversion coming out. And he's going to create a good Oki situation here with the oppression, but the 2A checks coming out from Vagabond. The confidence for him to be able to press out of that.
Vagabond's just been so confident with their buttons, even on Wake Up. See there? It happened again! They're just running up and holding down back.
Okay, Remedios tried to pick up, but he's able to at least keep this pressure going. The run up, he's really worried. Nice! The throw ends up whiffing. Sleazy bait. It's a DP this time. This is
got a little bit of great life if we want to use it.
Yeah, this is going to be some pretty good damage. The Oppressor coming out.
Big hammer moving through. No wall after that one, but punishes the roll in with a throw of their own.
Yeah, good stuff. Now he's able to keep that pressure going with the wall coming out.
It can't backdash when the wall's out, my friend.
Yep, Strike of Repentance. Oh, but the 2A doesn't decide to go for a hit confirm, but actually just goes for a run-up throw. And now it's one more touch for Sleazy. Oh, but he ends up pressing. Tried to anti-air most likely and ended up dying for it. Vagabond bringing it up to 2-1. Man, you're right, man. We might get a game 5.
I feel it in my bones. Vagabond is moving too confidently now. They might be just... They might be learning. They might have the read on now.
I am really feeling this here. Oh, man.
A throw bait!
What a throw bait coming out from Vagabond. The pickup didn't happen, but the DP... Oh, man, that is...
2S starter, it's gotta hurt. This is so much.
Okay, the Oppressor gets detonated this time. Another Oppressor. No, he just goes for the refreshment, but couldn't quite pick up that combo. Baits another DP. Didn't finish his food. The DP's hey, he's like, hey, look, I got one too, man.
Hey, man, you gotta do a true block string. Gotta do a true combo after that one.
Oh, yeah, but, you know, whiffing it into DP, that is a true block string. Oh, nice throw bait attempt coming out from Vagabond, but...
Watch the exhaustion state. Oh, okay, gets the counter hit too. A little bit out far, but still gets the pickup.
I can't believe he got that pickup, but dropped that one. Could confirm. Okay, now we're back, slowing things down a little bit. He's taking his time. Oh man, caught with the 2B, but it's all right. Minimal risk.
Oh, try to get him with the shotguns, but the Justice Spear.
Oh, he's dead now.
Oh, doesn't have any mana. Didn't have any mana, but the JB punishing that 2A whiff yet again. Sleazy just trying to poke out at the wrong opportunities versus Vagabond.
Ah, nice counter hit. Able to close that gap. The G-Bomb. The G-Bomb loops.
These grenades are so powerful from Troubleshooter.
Oppressor gets detonated. What's the situation here? Another Oppressor, okay. Decides not to go for the refreshment, but he takes it full screen.
Oh, what a 6M. The call out. Anticipating some sort of mix-up from Sleazy once they had the conversion opportunity.
With the throw. No, he's got to be careful. Okay, nice. Good stuff from Vagabond. Pop the
exhaustion. Oh, putting ourselves into Awakening here.
Yeah, really smart stuff from him. Oh, man. That DP could have been really disastrous, but there it is. This is way more disastrous. Dostrow, he could be dead here.
Catch him. Definitely dead. Definitely dead.
Oh my
we're having a
God.
good time.
That combo was way too long. Having a good time.
Man, Sleazy's looking extra fine so far. Ain't no stopping him.
That combo was way too long, okay? You could have killed him way sooner. Don't do this to my heart. Sleazy bringing it up to 2-2. We have a game 5, ladies and gentlemen. And Dostrow, you were right. You're psychic. I need to check your internet connection for some future.
I've got my crystal balls from on my setup. I got my crystals telling me the future.
Yeah, I like that. Oh no, I don't have fiber. I have a crystal ball.
Yeah, that. What a punish here. This is huge. Yo! Oh my God.
Okay, the oppressor stays down. The throw whips. He tries to DP, but he didn't punish.
The armor just went right through and absorbed the trap.
Oh, he kept it safe. I think he knew he was gonna whiff the splitter, so he just
Oh,
decided
they tried
to
to
go for the
2S
conversion.
anti-air.
Remedios. Oh man, is he's dead.
Can't throw
can't
this,
believe
you
I
nerd.
Can't throw that one, man. And now Vagabond is at reset points here in the Seeds of Finals for Arneezy's DNF Duel bracket. How can Sleazy take this comeback?
Oh,
I
5v
see.
round start coming up again. Oh, 2S. What a
what a read!
It's huge. It's huge.
But, you know, this doesn't spell anything. Sleazy has been in here multiple times before. Oh, but that 5A could have been disastrous. Oh, he tried to fire back at him. But now we're going to be at similar health pools right now.
Why have a gun when you have a wall? Why have a gun when you have the power of God and anime on your side?
Okay, sips the cola. He's feeling the anime within him, in his bowels.
Putting himself into Awakening here. Any
Yeah,
hit's
like
gonna
that.
get a full conversion.
Yeah, the next hit could probably be kill for Sleazy. If he's able to... Oh, no.
They tried to move! You can't be doing that! We're not in Awakening yet. This isn't gonna kill, I don't think. Is it?
I don't
Not
think
yet.
so. The
Okay,
DP...
okay.
Oh my god, and there it is, the reset coming out from Vagabond because of the JB, the jump back JB to meet him in the air with whatever he wanted to do. And that would have helped him in a lot of different situations that Sleazy would have thrown out. But man, Vagabond keeping himself alive and keeping this bracket going. We might get another Game 5.
Seeds of Volition bring forth yet a new challenger. Sleazy sent down to the losers bracket, and Vagabond is just moving so well after that last interaction there.
The reseeds of finals. I love it. Shout outs to our Arneezy, our production master back here on the set, watching these matches, putting on these matches live for you guys as we see who's going to be our champion tonight, who's going to talk away, and who's going to take second place. That second place payout, the G-Bomb coming out, and here we go. Masterful conversion coming out here from Sleazy.
We're going to be able to get a setup with the trap afterwards, but we're taking the drink, taking a sip. Oh. Did that punish?
Oh,
it didn't look like it. I didn't see the signifier. Oh, reversal out.
Once again. Oh, with the throw bait of his own. He didn't kill, but he threw the DP.
Okay. Yeah. Vagabond didn't have reversal opportunity that very first time when Sleazy went for the JM. It was a very smart idea by Sleazy there because the throw was just so present, especially against Crusader when they can't do anything through the throw besides a mash unless they get hit meaty with it.
Absolutely. Counter hit from Vagabond, but nothing there. Okay. Decides to go just for the knockdown situation. Throws him into Awakening.
But this is where it starts to hurt against Troubleshooter. They get the full screen confirms. We're going to be able to get this wall bounce into the Helmbreaker pickup here.
Okay, what's going to happen here? What's going to be the Okazuma situation? Just throws for the suppressor, but no pickup there.
They threw a little bit too late to get the full combo off of that. Eat these plus frames.
Yeah, just block this all out. Don't overextend. Oh no, that counter hit could spell death for him. But he fell out, but he still got hit!
Okay.
I think he tried to come down with a button or tried to respond with a button of his own once he landed, but no, that's really unfortunate.
And Sleazy a little bit greedy with the attempted poke out. But right now, Vagabond's got the knockdown, trying to shimmy them, gets the throw this time.
Throw coming out, putting on a little bit of damage. That guard meter now starting to recover after getting into a dangerously close situation. Vagabond spending all of his mana, going for the safe jump here.
Oh, anti-airs with the 2M.
Oppressor detonates right below his toes.
Okay, recovering this mana after a brief stint in exhaustion. 2M gets punished by the jump over. Vagabond taking the first game in this reset.
He died for that. That's astonishing. Vagabond keeping himself going. Now let's see how Sleazy can respond. As Vagabond now leads himself in the set. Once again, who knows? It may actually be a Game 5 situation. Who knows?
Oh, catches the approach with the wall. No punish on the whiff throw. A little slow from Vagabond, but we still get the OTG with the 2M hard knockdown. And this is going to be a strong setup for Vagabond. We're getting the drink. Going for the overhead. They didn't believe in it.
Oh, man. Okay, stops the conversion, knowing the Miracle Splitter is going to whiff. Was able to keep that pressure going on here in the mid-screen as that corner is doing wonders from right now. The DP of Sleazy's now bringing him to the corner. Oh, no.
Big hammer.
He's into Awakening. Oh, he didn't even
No attempt
get
at
a chance
punish.
to do it. Oh, the bait. Okay.
Careful.
It's so
my
hard. It's so difficult to stop him from getting out of the air. Look how mobile Vagabond is on this big, beefy man.
Yeah, that JB, it hits so low. Basically, no matter how high you are.
He just ran through the DP to throw it.
He threw it before the second hit came out, which is impeccable timing. Plus frames? Oh, backdash out. Rare footage of backdash actually working as a defensive option. Oh, counter hit 2B.
It's a matter of confidence. It works every time if you do it with confidence. Okay, nice. The conversion
it was a
to go
strikeout.
for that low. Now, what's the situation after this? Is he going to try to maximize damage? No, a presser going out. The throw whiffs. And he's got to wait. And he's got to block a lot of this stuff out. Try to just put up as much white life as he can, hoping to find that hit. Chipping him just a smidgen.
They're doing a very good job of just blocking and trying to get into a range, but the wall's a threat at all ranges, but you can't be jumping in when JB doesn't hit.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Sleazy. Keeping himself active here. Nice. The cross up. That was kind of nice, huh?
Okay, Sleazy kind of nice with it.
Okay, what a roll. You're locked in here with me, he says. DP's in his face. Nice.
No fly zone here. It's big
this combo
damage.
is huge. Suppressor explode.
Is
And he's got to set up another meaty situation. Oh my, this could be the beginning of the end for Sleazy. If Vagabond can find the right hit here, Sleazy is dead in the water. Oh,
He tried to shoot out.
God.
Setting up the Remedios. Gotta play defense here. Wait for the stall, but the guard cancel gets eaten up by the armor.
God.
OTG super.
I cannot believe it. Did I curse it? Did I put a hex on Sleazy? Did I say something wrong? Did I do this? What did we do, Dostrow? What happened? How could we help? How could we help this man?
Our commentator's curses just flying in favor of Vagabond right now.
Yes, yes. The commentator's grace for Vagabond. He's truly, it's a god's gift for him.
We are he who looks down upon our subjects.
We are simply harbingers of fate. Okay. All we are here to do is deliver the word.
Just trying to poke out. Roll gets punished by the big hammer. Knockdown. No setup on the Remedios. Just trying to get the shimmy and the throw.
Okay, threw him into the awakening status. Now Spear of Victory's coming out, going back to the zoning.
Oh, it's not fast enough.
Yep. You are definitely not firing that. This is a no-fire zone here. And Vagabond now at tournament point. Points to take this whole thing, running all the way from the bottom.
Eat this damage. Watch the recovery. Oh, they sent out the final hammer just to make sure that we don't get the huge punish.
Oh, tried to go for a punish to check on the roll, but the TP ends up catching him. He's got a lot of health to work with here, but hopefully Sleazy can return fire. Oh my goodness. This is a very scary situation.
Checking with the 5A. Close enough to get the 5M. Okay. Get out of jail free
Dostrow.
card. Oh, look
This
at
is
this
scary.
guard bar. All this
Oh
damage.
my god! The Strike of Repentance takes the tournament for him, the classic for Vagabond, and by God's grace, he did it! Vagabond took Arneezy's tournament for DNF Duel here today. I cannot believe the road that man had to climb, the steps towards heaven for him to climb, and he did it, Dostrow. He ended up taking it. Well done to him. Well done to everybody who participated today, Dostrow. We had such a good bracket today.
There were so many great sets and so many great moments tonight. It was just honestly a blast. It was such a blast. It was so fun watching this game. There's just so much to be had. I'm always smiling when DNF is on because this game is absolutely wild and I love it. I live for this.
Absolutely, dude. I'm here for the game. Hey, we were hyped for the game when it was coming out, and I'm gonna be hyped for this game for its entire tenure. Those games were so exciting, and I'm so happy that you guys continue to play this game and study this game and compete in this game, and even come out for the brackets like these, like today, to earn the winnings that you did for $67 and what was it, 95 cents. You guys got a really big bracket pool, and I'm really happy that you guys put on such a wonderful show and are going to keep this game alive. We're going to be here for the long haul, and we're going to be here for the, all the good fun times. So please and thank you to everybody who's continuing to play and support this game. I know that, everybody's got their words about it, but you know what? I think this game is going to be a consistently good time for us enjoyers here, Dostrow.
It's great. Now this game is only getting better. It keeps evolving. The players putting out the tech, and the horizons are looking great.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. So, but that's gonna do it for us today. We had Vagabond take the whole bracket. Sleazy ended up in second. Virgil coming out on third, and that guy coming out on fourth. Blaze and Jay Phoenix tying it up for fifth, and Hoodless and Cham tying it up for seventh. Congratulations to everybody who participated in the bracket today. Thank you so much for Dostrow, my co-commentator. You're a fantastic dude. You're a wonderful talent to have on the stream and to be able to commentate with. And your knowledge, your charisma, your energy is something that I cherish being on the mic with every single time. And I hope that we continue to do this for a really long time, man.
It's always a blast, Seph. Always, always, always a blast to be here with the homies. Special thanks to all of you in chat. Special thanks to Arneezy. And I hope to see y'all soon. Or I hope to see y'all out in DNF Duel.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And that's going to be it from us. Take care.